Welcome back, everyone, to some 3.5 D&D. I say that it's a mix of a little bit of everything. We mix a little bit to make it a little more interesting here and there. None of that 5th edition or 4th edition stuff, thankfully. But we are back once again for the Friday Ironheart Merchant Company session 83. Get the birds. An inside joke if you've been here for a not minute. But if you haven't. Well, don't worry, the reference will become apparent eventually, very clearly here soon. But before we get into that, last time we left off, well, the party had their epic conclusion. Unfortunately, James could not be there due to medical issues, so we continued on with instead Roloman, Bartimaeus, the Unlucky, as I'm going to start calling him, and of course, our dear old Soot. The party managed to take on Tarun Stormfollower, yes, who had originally challenged Roloman way back in, I think, episode 14 or something like that, if you want to go rewatch everything. Now we are back with them, or having slain them, or slain Tarun in single combat. Roloman having managed to not only keep him pinned down and really from doing anything of his full attacks, but also taking only a single attack from the gentleman before putting him down ultimately. The fight was epic. We truly recommend going and watching it. James turned into a god, Roloman fought like a god, Soot stabbed the crap out of a poor dude and then forced him to serve him, and Bartimaeus, well, he earned his nickname the Unlucky, in all truth. However, as the fight concluded, with Tarun's death and defeat, the Storm Giants acknowledged Roloman as Storm Slayer, and with the acknowledgement of their defeat of their raid leader, they retreated back, leaving the city and the goods they had captured, as well as their dead, for the most part. The party had decided to go ahead and leave the bodies for cleanup, while Soot would take his new-found assistant and take him back to the castle to rest alongside the rest of the party. Poor old Bartimaeus would find them, as in the party's words, the most badass NPC in the campaign as of yet, and request him to complete a single deal of getting him one of the Nafa Keeper's heartstones. For their Blood Magus sect. With that, as the party retreated back, leaving that gentleman to do his deed, they headed back towards the castle to recover their wounds, discuss a few things, and carry an now unconscious James to his throne. There, the party would meet with Alfred Stone, who would inform them of his plans and what was to come, his intentions of leaving, as well as the expectations of a mercenary company that he was sending to assist the party. One in which he was very, what's the word, obscure with, not really giving any details and leaving it at that. As poor James, unable to ask questions and unconscious upon the throne, unfortunately laid there, not able to catch any of this. With that, the final scene of the session, the most epic portion of it, besides Roloman's grand fight and defeat of Tarun himself, would come down to the Storm Giant that had been sworn to Bartimaeus to go and collect the item, at least within a year's time at minimum, returned the same night, only a few hours later, with the item in hand, dropping it off, taking his sigil, and dying on the front steps of the castle itself. The party enshrined his memory in the courtyard, alongside Tarun, with a grave commemorating their memory, though they actually never learned the poor gentleman's name. All it said is, "Here lies a badass," leaving it at that. We return once more to, well, a little bit after the downtime, in the year 65,006, the month of the harvest, or July, around the 12th day, around mid-morning, with the weather about 85 degrees Fahrenheit, heavy rain, with humidity about 120 and very wet outside, or 120% and extremely wet outside. It is horrendous. And after 3 months, that included Bartimaeus and Rollman mostly training, Soot doing what he could to look into the individuals around town and information on the city, as well as training his own little, not company yet, but organization, as we'll call it, of we'll call them servants. I think would be a good way to put it at this point. House servants. James would spend his time in those 3 months helping around town, learning little bits and bobs here, and of course, assisting with spreading the rumor of the expeditions to come, as well as prepare for the king who had becoming or had announced that he was going to be coming over, Julian the Hammer. As the party unfortunately did discover, due to James's actions during those 3 months, the raid was not fully unsuccessful, as some of the storm giants seemed to have gotten out with a few of the items, the books from that James had collected. Well, not his personal collection, rather, but the collection from the castle itself. Unfortunately, with that, the party found themselves truly a little bit peeved, or at least James did. And with that, we now return once more, as I mentioned, to the year 65,006, the month of harvest, on the 12th day around mid morning. The weather hot as hell, the humidity horrid, and honestly, none of you truly comfortable as we come back to sitting around the dining table, right to the side of the throne room, with Soot cooking away, working on. Well, Soot, what are you making for a normal breakfast?
Oh, yeah. So, a little bit more of a heavy meal, because just with understanding today's they were probably heading out on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
So today is a torte parmeuse, which is a medieval meat pie from France.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm really trying to get Bartimaeus' calories in one meal.
I think Bartimaeus' portion and Rollman's portion surprisingly about the same size.
Yeah, probably very close to each other. Yeah.
But yeah, okay, perfect. Um, and of course paired with the traditional dwarven ale that is common here, as the water is not commonly drank, of course, except for the commoners who use it. Perfect. Yeah, so as you lot sit around enjoying yourselves as Soot works away at cooking up a second helping for Bartimaeus, what would you all like to do?
Just a quick question.
Yes.
What was the child recovered?
Oh,
Mineral was in the woods,
Mineral? Yes.
and I did make sure to make note of that. Okay.
Yes, Mineral has been attending at the local school for the last month and a half. That is where the merchants and lower rank nobles used to send their children to study magic and combat to become knights or high rank soldiers or or mages to basically, or rather, sorry, to go on to be trained as war owen.
All right.
In that education.
Yeah, in a simple fact, as I assumed how Rollman's parenting style would be given the current circumstance, would be boarding school is probably a good investment in a safe in a major capital city.
Yeah, look, last time I took him, on in-person, learning experiences, like rating a strong how he got kidnapped. So probably a good idea.
Yeah, demons showed
Hey,
up.
he got kidnapped after you succeeded.
True, we did succeed, but like
That's true.
he was at the table with all the people that were important. Probably shouldn't have been.
Never again. Oh, but no, yeah. So, and I mean, Mineral is still quite young, given his experiences. So, he has been basically enrolled at the local boarding school to attend for the time being. For
I will, because I believe after he was kidnapped, I was given a ring by Drift that would let me communicate with them, and I would have let them know after finding out myself that the child Mineral has been found
and is enrolled.
Yeah, he's learning.
I'll keep that in mind for Drift's notes here. Perfect. Okay.
But yeah, Ron would probably be just eating and looking over the stuff that Soot's found.
Yes, Soot, would you like to explain the paperwork real quick that you've kind of laid out on the table for the group to look over that you've found?
Yes, the many quests and such that I grabbed.
Yeah.
Which I did for all of them, luckily, so I don't have to post them
Mhm.
again. But I can.
Yeah, just your TLDR notes of like anything important that you wanted to have the party like note or anything you would have circled from it. We'll highlight it based on
Yeah.
whatever quest you guys take.
Yeah. So the important one, the one that's like there's a copy in front of each person, is probably the storming cleanup quest with the written note from Soot on what he figured out of they're not a raiding clan, they're basically renegade pirates who seemingly split off from their group. And that just recently they have been attacking or have been kind of holed up in a place doing what he calls golem research, although Soot doesn't really understand the idea of it, not being a mage.
James's eyes light up.
This blackened skeleton. This could be a splinter. Are we assuming this is a splinter group of Blackbone Og?
From the looks of it, yes.
As far as I've been able to figure out, with them being specially called renegades, yes, they split off for their own profit. Although why they split off, that I don't know.
Mhm.
It does mean we should expect interference in a sense if someone from his side decides they want them dead as well.
Fair.
Oh, times make for strange bedfellows, and I wouldn't say no to them cleaning up their own messes.
I believe Black Monog is the type to kill who he wants and everyone else there to make
That
sure no one.
is the only problem.
Is this city evacuatable in that case, or are we just gonna have to hope?
We can certainly try to evacuate the settlement, but odds are they're being kept there against their will, so it'd have to be during the fighting.
Well, then, we do need to handle that. Still, thank you for bringing it to my attention.
Yes, of course. There are other missions that I believe, are quite important, although a little less pressing. Some dragon raids that, while we can't take care of it, we should keep in mind. The uncle of the Dragon King being nearby.
That is.
Yes. I shouldn't be touching that.
Yes.
I look to Rollman. We do not go near him with you.
I
Let's see.
said we'll probably not be touching that.
We have some holy men trying to convert our your own church, from the Aussie clan. We have a knight of El Ugbo, apparently nearby.
That one we can make the king's problem when it comes to visit, I believe.
Some kind of cave system with marks of from Buffoni folk. An unknown creature, and I do mean unknown. It is simply that guards went there and supposedly dropped their hammers, but we have no reports on what it is. And a singing monster that's killing merchant caravans. Other than that, it's just a couple bounties. Someone who's acting like a collective of pirates member, even though they're not. And some kind of undead fire giant raider.
That's interesting.
That's interesting and concerning. With all the mercenaries and adventurers in town, too, some of these may get taken care of quite quickly.
I will note for Soot's own indication at the guild, these were the missions that no one was taking that were around your ranking for reference.
Yeah, so these are presumably the harder end of
more costly. Yeah, so a good way of putting it. Usually guilds look at from like what adventurers can afford to take for quests.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I think I agree with dealing with these storm giants first.
Certainly.
Excellent. Now, I did buy something. It's not really for combat. I'll hand James a dose of Haunspear. It's more
What
for
am I to ask is this?
a drug that stimulates the mind. I wouldn't use it unless you had to.
James will tuck it away and pull out the paperwork for all the adventuring groups that are interested in going into the expedition.
Hanspear ups your intelligence by a d4 plus 1 when you use it.
Mm-hmm.
Become smart.
Yeah, it's a nice red-eyed fellow was selling it in town.
Red-eyed, you say?
It doesn't. I'll have
Yes.
to look at it. It may not assist me, but it may be good to utilize at a different point.
Cameron, I gave it to you for crafting. I'm gonna be honest.
I guessed as much. Don't worry, I caught that,
No,
buddy.
please down the drug. It's not addictive, I promise. Take it, snort it.
It is hyper addictive. I will have remove addiction prepared ahead of time.
It's only low addiction. It's
Only low addiction.
That's because who
Which is
doesn't want it?
It's like 8. It's not a hard save.
At first.
If this thing is hyper addictive, it better boost me by a d20. I'll still get a really shit roll and have terrible intelligence.
Bartimaeus, do you have anything to say?
I like look up from this giant fucking pillar I've been like inspecting this whole goddamn time. What's up?
I'm glad you enjoy your rock.
Yes. Been trying to study ways to shrink it. There's a slot for it on my crown, and it seems to be made by my mentor.
What if you enlarge the crown?
Well, then it would crush me.
I have some experience with it. I can take a look, if you wouldn't mind me.
So it kind of
It's made
lets
by
up
blood
little...
magic, but it's a magical item.
When enlarging it's mentioned, so it lets out the tiniest huff and goes, huh? Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Damn. Bars.
So I thought you were going to go
along with Soot, I have found some more people that we might want to look into, along with the groups interested in the expedition this time around so far. There's 20 of them there. And then setting aside that, James sets out the applications that he's okayed so far. Everyone can have a say in these ones, as these will be part of the elite crew. I'm a little iffy on the scout there. And a few others here, but I'll do probably 1 to 2 more rounds of looking to fill these positions, and then we'll work off of what we have.
Sounds good.
And yes, I have a lot of experience shrieking things. I'm short. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
That's just sad.
I mean, I was making a dick joke, but if you want to make it because you're short, that works better for me. As James kind of passes out the paperwork of the members that applied, as well as the list, the applications from the guilds of the mercenary and adventuring companies that have kind of set up in town or the expedition, kind of scattering them out. It's a pretty wide variety. I assume everyone other than Rollman has had a chance to look over, since Rollman just got back from his day job. So, yeah, it's a unique collection of warriors and such. As you look at them over, not many that are high level. As James has probably noticed throughout looking through this list, many of them probably won't make it very far. But you know, for those that do, they will be great pillars. As you look through the very long list.
I mean, Soot will look at some of the little ones and be like, "Oh, at the least, they can work hauling things that we're collecting."
Yes, we do need just like busybodies that are going around and doing things while others are, protecting the caravans and such.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good to come in handy. I give like a fucking menacing look at the sacrificial stone I've now got.
Oh.
Moving on
muttering to
from
me at
that,
night.
James will go through. When was the king supposed to arrive for his visit as well?
Give me an int check.
Drink the drug.
No,
Do not.
You must be drugged to succeed.
It's a paste. You take it like chewing tobacco. I want to put that out.
Eat it.
10.
10.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's average, you know.
It's either today or sometime this week, James. You don't remember 100%.
Does you have like some sort of
He's
like
going
probably
to be here very soon. I don't remember as James flips through his appointment book, I don't remember where it got put.
I just look at the door expecting a knock.
Oh.
As you look
Uh,
over, there is actually a knock on the door. Funny effect. As you hear the loud front gates knock, and the storm giant standing by in his grandest butler attire, kind of like gives a light bow, leans forward, and grabs it with the handle as he pulls it open slowly, and goes, "And announcing." And the person kind of walks in and he goes, "I do not know who this person is." And closes the door behind him, and then like
Is
goes
it
back
King
to
Julian?
standing. It is not. It is, as you see,
Ah.
a common courier that looks to be wearing one of the markers of the Collective of Pyrus.
I think he was expecting King Julian, and then it was just a guy. It's just a guy.
Hello, messenger.
I grabbed the letter.
Kind of in Dwarvish, he responds and goes, or gives a low bow as he walks over slowly. And goes, "My apologies. Hi." Kind of looks between the lot of you and goes, uh,
I give a subtle gesture to James, technically the royal here.
Lord of the House of Ironheart. He gives a bow looking at James. And holds out a
every
letter
single
in
person
two
in here is
hands.
James in his
Yeah.
regal looking armor that is also slightly horrifying. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. And kind of
Oh.
holds out the letter with both hands with the wax seal of the House of Venkos kind of clearly protruding from it, as well as the purple coloration on it.
I'll gesture to Soot. For him to
Rollman
take
said,
it.
I was going to say, Rollman, as you gesture, so Rollman kind of leans forward and grabs
Damn.
it.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. Roland's taking the
I
letter.
compare to James without seeing it. It kind of is normally the butler's job.
Hey, Rollman
But-
said he was grabbing it, so that's what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying.
true. I'm used to doing it, all right?
Yeah, as you go look at Roman, kind of like we'll give it a light shake as you pull it over. Thankfully, nothing moving, nothing exploding, no fire moving about. You know.
I'll pull out 2 gold coin equivalents and pass it and hand them to the messenger.
Smiles, takes the 2 rubies, and puts them in his pocket. And goes, "Thank you, Lord of House Ironheart." He turns and goes, "You have a lovely home." And he starts kind of like really awkwardly
nice guy.
walking out, not really comfortable as he does so.
Why?
Go give me a sense motive if
Nobility
you'd
is
like.
difficult.
Does he got fucking chafing?
I will say he is wearing, from what you can tell, are a mix of thick leather riding pants that are a little bit worn in the thighs. But yeah, you can give me a sense motive if you like.
Sure. Da-da-da-da. 14.
Dear motherfucker, I didn't think you'd actually catch on to this. The pants aren't the right size, Rollerman. They look a little too small for the individual as he's walking, kind of trying to pull the leg up just ever so slightly as you notice him moving in just a weird way, kind of pulling his leg up a little higher, and you can see it just seems to pull the pants up just off of his heel.
I will sign to the storm giant man to close the door, and sign to you guys. Be ready for something.
Like, are we like not letting him out?
Not letting him out.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I see what
And I'm not giving you the fucking letter.
Bartimaeus, yeah, I was gonna say, Bartimaeus, you remind me what Sanguine, Pilfer, and Blood Biography do again?
Sanguine Pilfer is it takes a vial of his blood. As a touch attack, but it's because it's flat-footed touch AC at the moment.
Okay.
Because I'm doing it as an invisible silent spell, so.
Okay. And then what's the save? Oh, that's a touch you said for AC?
Yeah, flat-footed touch.
That does not hit.
Yeah, he's thankfully stuck in the room, so I could keep
True.
trying.
And the Blood Biography, I assume, is only in response to if Sanguine Pilfer goes off?
Yep.
Okay, cool. As the butler as the Storm Jotun kind of steps over in front of the door, the courier kind of stops, and you can see the visible body shake as he does so, as he kind of coldly does, slightly looks back and goes, please tell me the rumors aren't true and that James continues to capture couriers to put them in his sex dungeon.
What? No, I simply wanted to stop you, sir, because I wanted to see if you could write a return letter to whoever this is from.
Oh, sure. He looks around the room nervously as he stands there. Goes, I can wait until you're done
sure,
writing.
I'm gonna start writing.
Yep. I try again.
Go ahead, give me another one.
I believe I can roll higher than a 2.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start writing nonsense down until I get any sort of signal from someone to stop writing nonsense.
Bartimaeus, that does fail. The courier will look over and go, it might help if you open the letter, sir, before... you know what, never mind. Who am I?
I have to write out the beginning of the message,
But
the introductions.
All right.
Wait, this thing has a higher than a 13 for a flat-footed touch AC?
correct.
It means no dex added on.
Yes,
So-
that's correct.
Let me be real.
Crazy.
If you try one more time and fail, I'm just gonna tackle the guy. I'm gonna be completely real.
That's entirely fair, because at this point, he's got some crazy shit going on.
You can give me a...
I'm going-
I was going to say, James, or anybody else, you want to give me an appraisal of this individual, I'm happy to tell you if he's
Yeah.
wearing any magic equipment.
Yeah. Should I have right bonus up? Alright.
22 from Soot, formerly known as the Whooperath. 23 from
23
James.
for me.
Alright. Soot and James. Any other rolls coming in? Going once? Going twice? Alright, cool. So yeah, Soot and James, as you look him up and down, he is wearing a couple things that catches your eye. Firstly, his ring is a golden band with a crimson gemstone of some sort that neither of you recognize, which immediately is very suspicious, given, especially for James, who's seen a lot of gemstones throughout his many loot piles. And the sigil that you recognize does have what looks to be a rat skull almost kind of portrayed onto it. Very distinctively. His boots, you notice, have horseshoes nailed to the bottom of them, catching that they are boots of the Zephyr. He is also wearing on his hands gloves that seem to have the tips are slightly of green colorium, and it looks very pure. So it's hard. With your 22, you're one off to get the perfect amount, but I will let you know this is, you can tell the colorium is from the Troll territories. James, you would recognize this actually specifically as the colorium you saw previously when you guys went to the guy's mine. Do you recall the troll that you guys went to outside of town that you basically told all that a ton of merchant information to in your dealings?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did I got my red feet from?
Yes. No, that was at the river. This was another merchant.
This was Rich Tooth or
Bread-
something.
The
Gold
breadfruit.
Tooth.
Yeah, this is the
Breadfruit
breadfruit
man.
merchant. Yep. You recognize his symbol on the gloves tips, recognizing the colorium that he dealt in specifically. And then lastly, I will say his entire outfit, while it looks at first simple threads, the masterwork material to it is a mix of what you recognize as some sort of mithril thread that's a very high quality, as well as infernal silk. Lastly, he is wearing underneath what looks to be a very thin coating of dragon hide.
He's got more drip than James.
No, he's got about as much drip as James, which is annoying.
He's been challenged in the drip battle.
Yes.
If anyone else is gonna do something, go for it. Because if you don't, I'm gonna be blunt and straightforward.
I'll say, well, is anybody
Why don't you
opening a
come
letter?
sit-
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no.
I
Okay.
passed that off to
Gotcha.
you.
I have no. I have not given it to anybody yet.
Okay.
That's what I have it.
Just kind of keeping it in your head,
either.
got you.
Cursed ass letter, fucking.
Yeah, fucking no.
But go ahead, James.
Why
I
don't
will-
you step over this way, lad?
Looks at you. Give me a diplomacy check.
James looking. James having his neutral face. It's just.
Can we get some
Early in the
refreshments? So
Yes, of course.
You know, I think it's my turn to help out with the chores.
You know what? Fair point. Get the squishy mage away from the fucking
30.
30. Yeah, he kind of, like, still nervously, but seemingly kind of calming a little bit, kind of walks over and kind of takes a seat at the other end of the table, like, staring at Bartimaeus as Bartimaeus kind of pushes back and excuses himself. Kind of shrugs, and you can see he's, like, eyeing Bartimaeus' flute as he licks his lips, and then kind of looks back at Rollerman and kind of nervously as he waits patiently.
How's your day going, sir?
I haven't eaten since yesterday when I left.
James will push over a serving.
You kind of look at it for a second and look at you, and you can. There's a moment where he kind of like glances at you with like an eye of like, is this poison? Are you trying to kill me? Are you about to drug me to take me to a sex dungeon? And he just kind of seems to weigh this in his head as he looks down at the food and then kind of like reaches for the wooden spoon and starts kind of shoveling it in. Kind of eyeing where Bartimaeus walks to. Where are you going, Bartimaeus, as you kind of excuse yourself?
I'm gonna go grab a carafe of refreshment.
Okay.
For the table.
Yes, you kind of walk around and head back down the hallway where I guess a medieval freezer is a good way to put it. It's a big square wooden block with a chunk of ice in it that seems to restore itself every few minutes due to the magic implemented onto it. As you kind of go around, keeping a wide berth around the table as you head down there. The young man kind of tracks you for a moment, but otherwise kind of keeps his eyes on James and then goes back to shoveling the food quite quickly. As you get a closer look at him, I will say a couple of things you note, James. Well, actually, all of you note. Firstly, he is pale-skinned, but not James pale. He is more peach-colored than white. His eyes are, slightly bluish in coloration, almost like Illyrium blue, that deep crystal color. His beard is white, but it does have flecks of black towards the tips at the bottom of it, as well as similarly, his hair seems to follow a similar pattern, being quite long and shaggy. Otherwise, he seems to almost have simple features. Not someone you could really pick out of a crowd otherwise.
Now, I'd like to ask you where this rumor came from that I'm kidnapping couriers. The few that come here will usually leave with fine tips.
Looks at you as he stops eating, kind of pauses as he swallows for a moment, and looks at you and goes, I've heard about the tips. As he just gives you a wary look.
The coin I give in reward for an honest work.
Mm-hmm. Every courier talks about it. You go take them into your special room and you give them 2 coins, 5 coins, sometimes 1,000 to retire. I've heard. I'm not into that. I earn an honest living.
With Bartimaeus gone, can I get to the point as I look over to James?
Go right ahead.
Who are you?
Looks up at Soot and goes, a courier for the crown?
I mean, that's what you claim. But between the ring, between you willingly sitting and eating at a table, which no courier would really do, it's simply bad etiquette.
It is?
I don't know if I believe that. Yes. Especially at a royal's table.
And the gloves that belong to a troll from the troll's land.
But you were so friendly and... Shit, am I gonna get fired for this?
You seem to be equipped far more than a courier.
Oh, my equipment? Oh, yes. My main job is I work with the collective. I'm delivering a letter from the crown because we're working together. I'm kind of an adventurer, as he puts his fingers in an air quote motion around the word adventurer.
Fencing motives.
Yeah, feel free.
You know, Grumpy, why don't we let him open the letter?
And
who's Grumpy?
14. Rollerman, I'd like this courier to open the letter for us.
Okay.
What are you trying to sense out of curiosity?
I was looking for tales of dishonesty.
He has not shown any tales of dishonesty so far. He seems to be almost oblivious to the situation, more concerned with getting fired after being told that his etiquette was bad.
Yeah,
I won't care about your etiquette.
I do.
But he was.
He will, and he'll probably
cares?
smack you for it and get you some proper teaching, but for the moment, you can make it up to me by opening the letter.
He shrugs and kind of pushes the plate back and takes the letter and wipes his face with his sleeve. Yeah, I imagine annoying Soot even more.
I am moving a bit further away.
He cracks it open as Bartimaeus comes back around the corner with a big bowl full of a big what are they called? Basin full of ale. Pulls a couple mugs.
Everyone got a bowl, man.
It took me a minute there. All right. Pitcher. That's what I was looking for.
For the word pitcher.
There we go. Listen, it's been a day. I've been writing legal documents since 5 a.m.
I'm just now imagining Bartimaeus carrying a
Full of
fucking bowl.
alcohol.
Yeah, dude, you don't listen. The dwarves don't drink by the glass. All right, I need you to understand. It's just tip the big bowl up and go at it.
It's just like, what kind of frightening fucking troglodyte am I?
No, you see, Bartimaeus, you had to find something quickly, and you didn't find, the pitcher anywhere, so you had to grab a bowl.
There was a big silver bowl right there.
Just like Uncle- that's
I'm
just
a barely
like Uncle-
sentient fucking white man in college drinking alcohol.
It's a mixing
that's
bowl.
just
What do
like
you mean?
That reminds me of one of my cousins.
It's the
Not
mixing
either,
bowl
though.
that's so broad.
He always had a cup on hand.
No, but as you come around the corner, he kind of opens the letter, and as he pops it open, nothing happens. As the wax cracks, and he kind of looks at it and goes, he looks up at Rollman and goes, I kind of quietly, very quietly whispers as he leans forward, I can't read. Does he want me to read it too?
What?
Yeah.
Why is this guy every suspicious thing in one? He's a courier that works for the collective that can't read and is wearing pants too tight. What the fuck?
Too long.
Too long.
Still, what the fuck?
Alright, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna figure out what CR this guy is.
Okay, I thought you were going to stab him. I was like, oh, no.
I mean, I could do that too, but
Yeah, go ahead.
Please don't stab the
I
courier.
don't roll anything. It's just once a day for my armor.
Oh, yes. And remind me, is there a roll for anything?
No,
Okay.
I just learn what CR they are.
CR, let me just pull up. He is CR 1/8.
Oh yeah, it's just a guy.
Wearing better.
He's wearing so much shit.
As Roman looks him
Open
up and
fully,
down.
So if something happens, we will be known.
It's kind of like turns it around and fully opens the flaps and looks at it and goes, Lord of the Ironheart, House Ironheart, I don't want to be rude, but peasants, we don't get taught, commoners, we don't learn to read. My father was a smith, but never educated. He kind of pulls up the letter as he flips it back and forth, looking at it, and goes, if you want me to read it, I can try, but we might be here for a few days.
While he's doing that, I'm
if it
looking
goes-
around the room because this seems like a bait or like a fucking.
What's actually going on here?
Yeah,
I'd
give
like
me
to roll a spot.
Give me a spot or search or listen check. I'll take any of them. As the Bartimaeus kind of sets the glass down in front of him, and I assume kind of stays next to his giant rock for the most part. Otherwise, kind of close enough to take cover.
I'm going to use my scout headband and use all 3 charters to have true sight for 1 minute.
Okay, gotcha.
13.
And Bartimaeus, yeah, what you saying?
Spot.
Oh, I was gonna try and bluff him, and just use the cover of
He's still
accidentally
shit on him.
spilling. Yeah, accidentally spill stuff on him to cover the touch attack thing.
Yeah.
Does that?
Yeah, go ahead and give me another touch attack, and we'll give it with you an advantage.
Oh, can I
Yeah,
just roll the
+2.
bluff?
Yeah, give me the bluff. All right, I'll take the bluff, sure. Got that, well, and then I'll go through everything. Okay.
37.
Alright. As Bartimaeus kind of walks over and spills the drink, He moves out of the way, almost seemingly perceiving what Bartimaeus was going to do before Bartimaeus did, and seems to jump out of his seat, stepping to the side where Soot was just a second ago, as the liquid slams onto the ground, and basically misses him entirely. And Bartimaeus' hand also slips and smacks onto the chair or the stool where he was sitting a second ago. The young dwarf kind of looking at you with the letter still in hand and goes, "You almost got the Lord's letter wet." And he kind of pushes it back onto the table as Rollman, James, and Soot. We'll start with Rollman. Rollman, is that a search or a spot?
That is a search.
Okay,
Oh,
search.
like shit.
Thankfully, with the true sight, you don't see anything, which is more the concern.
That is what I was worried about.
However, I will note, you do catch something. The way the young man moves, the courier, is not of someone who is a commoner. This is someone, he moves like a seasoned warrior who's been on a lot of battlefields. It was fluid and there wasn't a wasted movement. And it almost seemed like he knew he was about to be tagged by Bartimaeus, from what you could tell. However, as you look him up and down, nothing catches your attention with a true sight on.
Okay.
13 from James for spot. James, you do not notice anything other than the fact that one of the things that does catch your notice is something about his appearance seems off, but you can't place it. It's just he doesn't look like any of the clans or any of the names you've seen, and none of the nationalities of dwarves from this kingdom. But as you look around the room, seeing the Lurch, Storm Giant just standing there, not really doing anything as he just stares ahead, blocking the doors, looking around the room. It's somewhat darker, but otherwise nothing kind of catches your attention. Soot. And the corner of your eye as you look around. Now, you catch most of what I've talked about so far. Not only the dwarf thing, but as well as the seemingly strange movement being too fluid. One moment. There we go. Sorry. There is a small black cat on the second floor, looking down through the wall, the rails, I guess would be the stone rails would be the best way, I guess, to describe them. That kind of separates the upper. It's not a balcony, but it's the upper floor that allows you to walk down the main hallways into the towers and turrets and such, as well as basically and roughly close to where the Venkos doorway was, or is. You see this tiny black cat seeing their green eyes kind of peering at you, seemingly almost dark enough to be melded with the shadow, and the creature seems to have noticed you looking at it. But nothing else catches your eye about the room. The cat itself looks like a normal cat, other than being quite small, almost kitten-sized.
With my royal background, do I know what a tibbet is?
Give me a knowledge nobility, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. 24.
They're an ancient people. And they're not well known, but due to your previous circumstances and previous clients, you've had to run in with the Holy Enclave themselves, those who serve not a specific belief or faith, but all faiths, to ensure inequality and respect amongst territories, and a unification of sorts that keeps the chaos from being in the streets. They're a very unique order, but they are one that is almost as feared as the Patter family, and that is indeed the Enclave is or Conclave is all that the name you would know them as of current. Actually, let me make sure. Did I give them a proper title that you might know? Let me check. Uno momento, because I didn't have that in my bespoke paper. I have to open the book. Ba ba ba. I did. Yes. So they are called, and I am not. I'm gonna mispronounce this like a mofo, but I'm gonna post this in the chat. The Miel Order.
Would our noble, distinguished guest like to come down and have a conversation? As I stare straight at them.
The courier kind of stops moving suddenly, and his eyes kind of flicker to a greenish coloration, almost like emeralds, and start to glimmer as this almost darkened black aura seems to have kind of enveloped the young courier, and the teeth start to kind of grow longer, fang-like. A blackened hair begins to kind of take over the white and fills out through the face, almost like a full cat lycanthrope, as they begin to shapeshift into a cat folk, or that is to say, humanoid that has cat-like features. As the courier starts talking in almost this zoned out robotic voice, and goes, I'm impressed. I did not think that any of you were strong enough to recognize one of our order. One must recognize the spear of the Soot clan.
James is going to show a lack of surprise.
Yeah, I give a light bow.
I appreciate your understanding if I don't show my true form. I don't wish to strike fear into your better paw, or the blood magus who serves you. Our order is not well cared for by many and feared by others. What was that, Roland?
True sight would have seen their true form.
I would have, but you did not see them.
Interesting.
Because your search check didn't notice them.
Well, they're standing in front of me now, right?
No, they are not. This is the courier transformed. So you still see the normal courier. Now he
This
just
is a
sounds like he's
possessed
talking. Yes, the courier has been possessed, for reference, is who's talking.
The actual guy is standing somewhere else.
Yeah, the actual Tibbet is hiding behind a stone balcony with a 35 on his fucking high check. And as I re-rolled in the background, or sorry, not 35, 25 on his high check, and fucking 35 on his move silently. So, yeah, you do have true sight, you just didn't see him.
Gotcha.
So, and I'm not using magical things to hide me, as I'd make sure of that. As I remember, yes, your true sight kills me every time I try to do that. So, yes, but
I can understand not showing your true form.
Here continues and goes, yes, I have come as the Ironheart organization has been recognized both religiously and internationally as an influential force, and my order seeks to ensure you're not seeking something more nefarious. The letter is genuine. We do serve the collective of Pyrus. This individual does work for them, but the items they carry on them are distractive. Let's leave it at that. Now, I came here for a purpose, and I do intend to pass that on. Can you confirm, dear James of the Ironheart, of House Ironheart, do you intend to seek a religious gain? Do you plan to arise to godhood and defy all that is the natural order of mortals?
Intend to? No.
That is not a proper answer.
I am not looking to rise, but I am looking to balance out what is within myself using what I have at hand.
If
I will
that
not
is your...
force or pursue the issue. I do not intend to fight other churches, as it were, to cause problems.
If that is your decision, then I will make it clear that you have made an enemy of our order. We will be seeking your end and your perish. I do appreciate your understanding and your time, and I look forward to seeing your death. Have a fantastic rest of your day. As the body begins to retransform back, changing back into the young courier, whose ring begins to kind of first crack and shift, and as the patter symbol seems to dissipate to a different, almost bluish gold design of a cat's paw, the ring seems to shatter and disintegrate. So the courier kind of snaps forth, coming back to his normal form, and looks about and goes, why are you all looking at me like that?
No reason, lad. It seems that something used you to be a, well, talker for it.
I'd remember that.
Yeah, you probably would. I may have the letter.
Sure. He kind of hands it back to you and kind of picks back up the bowl full from the meat pie and kind of continues shoveling, kind of eyeing the ale that is still in Bartimaeus' hands after standing back up with the pitcher and the other cups.
Bartimaeus,
I'll
could
read
you
the
show him
letter.
to a waiting room? This way he's not breaking etiquette so much. As I think Soja's
shit.
about to smack him upside the head.
He kind of stops mid-chew, kind of setting the plate back down and kind of stands back to attention, swallowing hard.
Take the plate with you, lad.
Gives a nod, looks to Bartimaeus.
I clap him on the back and help him to his feet and start haul him over and cast my fucking thing because goddamn it, I'm refusing to give up.
I would say it works this time. He fully just as your hand lands on him with ease, he kind of looks at you a little bit of a raised eyebrow and just follows after you. Yeah. So is there a save for this again?
No, not for the sanguine pilfer because it's
Okay.
just grabbing a single vial of blood off of him. He takes 1 point of non-lethal damage, but when it's that minor, it's pretty easy to not notice.
Fantastic. There's no blood.
Not a real man.
This man has no blood?
Correct.
Yep. The puppet man.
This dwarven individual has no blood as he follows you out.
Yeah, I just kind of start slowly steering him towards my laboratory. It's sir, if you wouldn't mind, I think something smells like it's burning.
Yeah, all right. I see where this is going. I'll go check on that. I'll be right back, Lord James.
Do be quick. There is the letter to deal with from the king.
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah. As you read it out loud, Rollman, it reads, Dear James Dragon of the House of Ironheart, I, Julian, of House Vencos, look forward to meeting with you on this auspicious day when I arrive. And it goes on for about 13 lines about flatteries to James, how honorific he is, how great he is to have accepted bowing to Julian's greatness. Then it's about another 10 lines talking about Julian's greatness. Finally, it gets down as you get to it. And with that, I look forward to meeting with you either today or tomorrow when after the courier arrives that we have sent ahead with the collective of pirates who will be doing not only a full tax check for your citizens and ensuring your town is fully ready to pay to their wages to the crown, but also to ensure that your military is ready and operable, and to, of course, have you bend the knee in person to the crown of the Snowbeard Kingdom. I look forward to this and your company, as well as meeting with the elusive and famous Berapa Rollerman, as well as I'm bringing my sister along with me, who is still single and looking for a match.
Wait, quick, try
No.
Fuck with him. Set him up with me.
At the end, With that, I appreciate your time, your courtesy, and I look forward to meeting with you. Oh, and please ensure that Soot makes one of my father's favorite dish. I have been missing mule brain. I haven't had it in months.
I'm gonna pen up a response. Can I roll profession merchant to pen up a response?
Sure, you can also give me a calligraphy roll.
You need to get profession lord at this point.
You do need a profession lord at this point.
I might grab that. Oh, pain.
Yeah, feel free to take a moment to write that up in the
You're gonna write a
background.
letter? Is he just gonna talk? He's gonna see you in person.
We're sending the courier back, so it's better to have them deliver something.
We might not be sending the courier back.
We're sending the courier back.
Yeah, we probably should.
And then that'd be craft calligraphy. I don't have
Also,
that.
you don't have to write that. I can just go invite them in person as the butler.
Well, James is already beginning to write as Roman watches him in surprise as he sees that the letter says today or tomorrow I'll be arriving.
20
He
and
just likes
20 for
writing.
both.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, as James starts working on a letter, what are you writing?
Well, it'll be auspicious to have you, and if to have you visit the city. We are still recovering from the recent raids and the war only months earlier. I will be able to assist, hopefully, make a grand showing of care for the problems that this has caused, along with showing you to the city and the recovery efforts that have been going on.
Alright.
There will be a bunch of fluff in there, though, like it has to be. I'm just not going to go through it.
Yeah. As Bartimaeus, and we cut to Bartimaeus for a moment. Bartimaeus, you're gonna try and start dragging this man down to your room?
I've been convinced to be a little bit more tactful in
Okay.
by the voices in my head. So we take him to like a one of the staterooms, and begin like trying to ply him with conversation, etc. Just using the full force of glibness. I'm just gonna start trying to do surreptitious medical checks to figure out why he doesn't have any fucking blood.
Yeah, give me a heal check as kind of take him into one of the waiting rooms, which is where couriers normally go and wait when they arrive. And there is a side entrance at the front entrance of the castle that takes you straight into it normally. Scott broke every protocol, to be very clear. As you take him in.
No, I'm gonna keep that very secret and let him live, and he's gonna be grateful for that at this point.
I just said a random ass commoner.
Right.
I'm gonna distract him with teaching him fucking etiquette, because Jesus Christ, Soot's having a conniption.
Yeah, as you kind of take
the
him,
vein is bulging.
there's a couple of like very simple leathered chairs that are kind of set out that they're not comfortable, but they're not uncomfortable to sit upon. As you kind of bring them into the room, there's a couple of plants that are sat there, big glass or gemstone window to kind of see out into the garden, and the door is propped open when it's hot to allow the air kind of flowing through as it does. So it's not too terrible in here as you walk in. As you do, Soot kind of following after, opening the door shortly after you both get comfortable. So you kind of tap him on the shoulder. What's your heal check, Bartimaeus? 27. He doesn't have a pulse, Bartimaeus. In fact, actually, as you kind of give a light push on his hand when you go to, like, give him a hand down to, like, sit down, you realize you're able to squish the skin, and it seems to stay slightly squished for a few moments before it reforms and pushes back out, like something has filled into it, like almost as if you shoved like jelly into a donut or water into a balloon.
Now, because I can make homunculi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how artificial does this fucker seem at this point?
With the heal check, almost 100%.
Got it.
There's no man in there.
Yeah. I just distract him for a second and then try bend his wrist back and watches it as the full fucking bloop.
So let's kind of give me a profession for your butler stuff real quick. I don't know if it's butler or servant. I don't know which one you have it under, but
It's Butler.
It's Butler. Okay, perfect.
42.
42. As Soot kind of walks in and turns the guy around to look towards him and towards the window going out. Bartimaeus kind of sits behind listening, or pretending to listen, and wait with the gentleman. So you kind of grab his hand, Bartimaeus, and twist it. He isn't even phased as you fully, managed to almost dislocate and, 360 his wrist without him bothered, the skin fully twisting around, kind of tightening as it does, as he continues to listen to Soot and, try and stand proper and, move his feet back together instead of, standing wide apart. Soot gives him a talking to about the doors and points to it and kind of not in a kind way, but very old Japanese professor, you're an idiot, I'm gonna make sure this gets through your very thick head kind of mentality here. The idiot sandwich would be a good analogy here. But yeah, as you watch the wrist after a few seconds twists right back, the seemingly again the forearm kind of expanding for a moment, turning darkened in coloration as it seems to push down towards the wrist, and when it can thickening kind of stops there, the black ooze-like material, whatever's inside this, stops. It seems to twist the hand almost immediately and then go in and then seems to pull back up into the body itself.
Oh. All right. I just kind of look to skyward to my party itself and ask, y'all gonna freak out if I try and take a skin sample from this man?
It's still more or less intact, so
Hey, man, it's at your risk.
You're gonna pop him like a balloon, probably.
That would be really fun, because tiny little piece of skin, dude, just suddenly pops.
I'm like, ah!
I'd say aim for a hair first.
That definitely throws Soot off, I feel like I'm giving him orders and suddenly the guy just pops and nothing but bones and black ooze.
Tell you what, I'll do a small test before I do it, just to even out my odds. I cast Disrupt Undead. Does that do anything to him at all?
It does not.
Cool, and undead.
Correct. Because I believe, and I'm just gonna make sure I'm right on this. I'm gonna check the spell. Yeah, it does. It deals no damage.
Correct. It only does a D6. It's like the cantrip thing.
No, I know. I'm just reading what it does. So if it's not an undead, it won't deal damage. So.
Yep. Ooh, Nelly. You know what? For shits and giggles, just in case it's just an obscene amount of magic items, I do go through my radar spell to check if this guy is actually a dwarf or not.
Your radar spell. Remind me.
Let me pull up the spell list because I'm blanking on the actual name of the fucking thing. Blood resonance. There we go. Focus on a sample of blood while casting. For the duration of the spell, you're aware of the size and position of creatures sharing the type or subtype of the blood sample chosen upon casting within
He
the
doesn't
radius
have
of the
blood.
spell. I know. I
He
have
has 9.
Yeah, I have plenty of samples of blood that have dwarf.
Here, what was it again? Which one? Blood resonance, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just using one of my, mini blood vials that are dwarven.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So it's I mean, within 100 feet, there's about, other than James, about 3 other dwarves. They're all out in front of you, working in the gardens. Otherwise, this individual, he does ping as a dwarf, actually. No, yeah. He does come off as a dwarf with the blood sample spell. Or with blood resonance.
Man, this guy's just got some weird fucking magic items then, probably.
Or he's wearing a skin suit of a dwarf.
I mean, but that, he wouldn't have the subtype, though.
That is correct.
Just because he's, wearing the skin is, he's... Well, it could theoretically be polymorphed.
Or he's got a supernatural ability. As
We're seeing the
James
Primars
finished
with
writing.
the true side, though, wouldn't I?
Correct, you would have seen that. So it means that this has to be his actual physical form.
Or a physical disguise of some kind.
Unless he's got some divine shenanigans going on with him that's fucked him over somehow or given him power.
We do need to send this guy back alive, or in his.
So Roman kind of comes walking over after a few minutes of hearing Soot kind of yelling from the other side of the door. It was just muted enough, and as you open it, Roman kind of getting louder as you kind of lean in and kind of whisper that to Bartimaeus as you look in to see the progress. Yeah, James still writing his letter.
The king probably be pretty mad if like the courier said died.
It's the height of rudeness.
I am going to take some of his fingernails.
Okay, yeah. Give me a sleight of hand.
Shit.
Bartimaeus, you are very corpulent. I don't think you have very high sleight of hand.
Dexterous.
No, I was relying on the fact he didn't notice that I was fucking bending his wrist 360 that I could get away with taking some of his fingernail.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Hey, you don't have to do if you want to back out.
Well, like if I sense like he's actually like going to like send or realize that I'm doing it, then yeah. So I don't have a chance in hell of succeeding this because I've got a flaw that gives me -4.
Ooh, yeah, no. Furthermore, your hair is too long, as it's like down halfway to his mid back, all curled up.
Damn.
There's twigs sticking out of it. You're pretty sure that is bird shit as you look at it. Soot. It's bad.
If this was one of my men, I'd kill him.
So it's got that old like Sebast from what's that one series called? Overlord. Fucking like appearance and glare going on with this dude as he's like fully feeling like sweating, looking like he's just being broken down. All right, are you giving up on it, Bartimaeus? Are you leaving it at that for right now?
Yep. Nothing else I can do besides like actually doing physical harm on him.
No, that's fair. They kind of, as Bartimaeus kind of stands up, Roman kind of going back to where James was sitting and sitting back down with him. Kirk kind of looks back at Bartimaeus and noticing him get up and kind of gives a slight nod, though the sadness and concern as he continues to hear Soot basically berating him, and he looks up at Soot and he goes, "Sir, I know I deserve all this, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but I am on a schedule, and if I want to abide by what you're recommending, I at least should keep to that as the minimal requirement."
Got you there.
Indeed. I'll continue your lessons later.
Gives a deep bow and goes, "Thank you, sir. I look forward to being reprimanded again."
As James holds out the finished letter.
As you kind of walk back over James to the entrance, handing it to him, and kind of takes it, gives a deep bow and goes, "Thank you again, Lord James of the Ironheart, for this educational meeting, as well as for being so kind to an inexperienced and rude courier." He kind of seems to give a slight glance over at as he says "rude," and then closes his eyes again and bows deeper.
You'll improve with time. Good luck. And go swiftly and safely.
That's what they hired me for. And he turns and he is gone at 140 feet with his normal movement. He is gone with near over 400 feet in a run.
Man, they loaded that guy up.
How much cocaine was he on, Bartimaeus?
Couldn't tell anything. Fucker had no blood. And plastic.
The fuck?
Yes. Also, his skin was basically plastic or something of that nature. Rubbery, it bent. I could turn his wrist around entirely. Didn't break it, and he didn't even notice.
He didn't care to mention.
Potentially. Either way, he seems to technically be a dwarf, not undead. But other than that, everything else was inconclusive.
As I will pass the letter from the king off to Soot and go, the new king has a request for you.
So give me a decipher script.
Yeah. I know. I was gonna ask.
I don't have the skill, so
No, there's a reason
rely
for it.
on
Don't worry about that.
It's a secret message asking you to kill James.
It's a
Maybe.
butler's job. Don't worry. 26.
26. The message amongst the recipe or the meal request, because you would recall not only that no one likes that meal in the family,
Yeah.
other than Uthgarim himself, and they ate it because it was Dad's meal. But secondly, you do notice the bits of seemingly watermarks kind of on the paper that kind of catch your eye that are dried in a strange pattern. As you noticing the pattern, it reads, "Do not trust the courier that's coming with it. They intend to kill James, as well as I'm trying to get this unfortunate order out of our nation before it tears us apart. Be mindful. I know you will do what's best, like you did for my father. Love, Julian, the one you educated."
Yeah, so I do the, Ratatouille when the old short chef gets the letter and he looks over again. Yeah, and I'm like leaning in and I'm like, I look at James, I look him up and down, I start doing like a run around, like, check, is he alive? Is he okay? Did he do anything to James?
Yeah, give me a heal check.
James can only take 5 steps forward before he dies again. Before he dies.
That's fucking crazy if you just die on me. 24.
24. Give me a moment.
Sorry, 26. I have a +2 from an item. My apologies.
Well, if that's the case, then give me a spellcraft check.
Oh, hell yeah.
As that is very important, good sir.
I'm glad I realized very quickly. 24. I don't have an item for this one. I don't.
Give me a momento. Yeah. James has been marked by an epic spell.
Huge.
What it is, you have no idea, son. The only thing that you catch as you look through this thing, as kind of walking over to James and inspecting him, on the back of his neck, where he had been previously marked by Kedliz and her Cataclysm cult, now stands a mark that you recognize in the School of Enchantment, as well as it's some sort of mind-affecting ability, but beyond that, you have no idea what it is, but you do recognize the complexity as being something on the epic level.
Bartimaeus, can you come here, please?
Bum, 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 bum.
And Bartimaeus kind of like sets down his plate again and kind of walks over. Yeah.
I imagine he was eating the guy's leftovers.
Eating the guy if you hadn't interrupted me.
Was there anything to eat in reality?
I don't know. We'll never know now.
The entire party kind of gathers around the back of James's neck, looking down at it. Really kind of curious, stands up and walks over as well.
What is so interesting behind me?
Stay still.
As you suddenly feel some kind of push your head forward, James, and kind of your suit, your armor kind of being pulled down a little bit to show a mark.
I haven't had someone do this to me since physical training as a child. This is humiliating.
Well, it's either this or you die.
I prefer this.
I think for a moment, I prick a finger and I pop it in James's mouth, which is like,
what the fuck?
That's even more humiliating. Get off of me.
I genuinely need you to suck my finger.
You will die if you don't.
James, you don't even get to finish your thought as you feel his thumb jammed in your mouth like a sausage. Like that's too big.
I guess
for you.
I swallow for a second because
What?
I've been told I need him to drink. I need to
Not
drink his blood.
swallow.
Alright.
Oh, yeah. I wish I was
swallowing
fucking
is
with
part
you.
of sucking in
What's the
this.
spell?
It's protection from evil. It's from my blood potion stockpile. That's just in my body that I can give people.
Alright.
Like, that's genuinely how I have to give it out. I'm not just being a dick.
That's amazing.
You could have told me, James, can you cast protection against evil on yourself? Sure, buddy.
No time.
No, you have a mind-affecting spell in your neck. We're not asking you to cast shit.
Right? Let's see. I'm checking something. Okay. I will tell you, and Bartimaeus, yes, it is what you think it is. Out of game, just as a reference, because yes, this does somewhat work. As James, or as the circle kind of carved into the back of James's neck that seems to be showing, stops glimmering for a moment, and James, suddenly, it's almost as if your mind has cleared, and suddenly you see everyone again, and you don't remember waking up or anything since the courier walked into the room, let alone as soon as he walked in, everything just kind of went black, and now suddenly they're all holding your head, and you have a thumb stuck in your mouth.
Here becomes Sleeping Beauty.
Still, this is for your own good.
Now,
There's a mission where I have to live for there.
You can see push it. You see Bartimaeus. You feel your thumb being kind of cheeked by James as he talks around it.
now we
This tastes terrible. No more grease for you.
Go ahead, bro.
Son, my hand is in your mouth. You don't want to talk back right now.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers that we didn't tell the storm giant at the door to open the doors.
You didn't. Well, no, he went through the courier entrance.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, that's what I just said. He went to this because Bartimaeus took him into the courier room that normally they wait in, and then that has a side entrance to go into to wait in.
So he went out a different way than he came in?
He went out the front door, or out through the front, yes. But he went through a side door that is not the front door to this throne room, or to the main room. Yes, that is correct. He went through a different door.
Okay.
Yes.
Full disclosure, he was prepped as hell to deal with basically everything. It's fine we let him go, I think. Because I don't think that was going to go well if we kept pushing that.
Perhaps not.
I will note, Roloman, give me a moment. Yeah, let's just call it gather information.
Okay. I'm great at gathering information.
Are you?
Great at gathering information.
I didn't think you would be.
No, I'm not. I lied.
It doesn't involve women. He's not good at charisma.
18.
18.
As you think back for a second, as James suddenly kind of comes back and seems confused, you also suddenly realize, Roman, the letter James was writing was weird. It said something about I give up my soul, enslavement, something. I signed James of the Ironheart.
That's cool.
That's not binding if I was out of my mind.
James, you don't know this. Shut up.
Well, that letter might have been pretty bad.
I'll be back.
Gas taste on soot.
What do you mean? Wait, hold on. What? What?
It's an open battlefield now, motherfucker.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, Soot, the cat's gone. You ain't gonna find it.
He's going after the courier, I figured.
Oh, you going after the courier? Oh yeah, very easily. He's not even gonna be past the gate with his or out the front gate with his running. If that's what you're going for. Yeah, give me a
The courier had the letter.
What's your run speed actually with your with haste?
Now,
Yeah.
240.
And to confirm, are you going after the courier?
No.
Who are you going? What are you going after?
I am off to find one of the mercenary groups that we looked into. The Silver Thread Consortium.
Interesting.
a group of 4 wizards who are known to cast together, and maybe they can help.
Yeah, let me pull up my notes here real quick, because didn't have that opened. Boop, boop, boom.
They're also known for discretion, so they seem like the best right now.
Oh, yeah. Group 11. Alright. Yeah. As you head into town, rushing off. Now, is any of the rest of the party chasing after Soot, or are you guys just gonna wait here while Soot charges off?
I'm just gonna kind of wait because he got a head start, and I need to hopefully identify what the fuck spell it is.
That's it. Okay.
Because it's not going away, right? It's still there.
It's correct. It is still there.
Yeah, the protection from evil forestalls it from taking effect. Usually,
Correct.
if it's something that like can dominate him, but it doesn't dispel it.
Mm-hmm. I will stay as well, and I will protect the 2 squishy people from potential assassins that are back up.
As well as protect the food that's still hot and ready to eat.
I'm not eating food right now, but sure.
No, fair enough.
Speak for yourself.
You're eating while doing this?
While his thumb is in James's mouth still.
Oh my god. The finger dexterity.
I guess I'll give assistance to Bartimaeus for figuring out the spell, so...
Okay.
Yeah, shovel food into his mouth for him.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's my thinking.
So, going down in order, Bartimaeus, give me a spellcraft or knowledge arcana. James, same to you. Rolaman, we'll just call it a search check for your being on guard.
I'll use my eyeballs as well.
Okay, I figured
the
that
future
for a
and
search
shit.
check. Give me a fortitude save.
Okay.
And then Soot, go ahead and give me a search check for finding the mercenary company. Thank you, Bartimaeus. See how much Rollman can see.
I see.
20 from Soot. Alright. It'll take you a good minute, Soot. But that's
I rolled in the wrong strat.
Oh, which check? Did you roll in
I
general?
rolled in general. Oops.
Been there, bro. Been
I've got
there.
a 22.
Hey, you know, that works.
There's mine.
Okay. So we're gonna start or go down. Bartimaeus and James, between the two of you, I will confirm. This spell is the ninth or is the epic spell Enslave. Slightly modified to not be a ritual and to be an immediate cast, but as you saw, it has some seemingly downsides of the individual has to be within contact of the individual they're casting it upon. At what point they cast it, that's not known on James, but that would be for your own note. This would have been a touch, and that's why there was no spell save, nor did James notice. Going down the list, Rollman, with your fortitude.
Yeah.
You know, I always appreciate you, but also, man, you get spoilers. As you look around, there is no castle. Just a large hill that seems to have been fully, almost lost to nature. Grassy fields, and no signs of civilization lie anywhere around you. As you look around for a moment, where James stood a moment ago, now sits 2 or 3 graves. One that says Rip, the badass. Another that says Rip Torun. And the last that says Rip Rolaman Guntas, a true friend. I'm sorry I killed you.
Crazy.
As you look around again, or as you walk over towards the graves, kind of standing over him for a moment, not really reacting, considering this is just another optional potential future, you see James suddenly standing over it beside you. His horns grown out fully, his eyes glimmering with his holy sigil, as he goes to wave his hand over the grave, and kind of smiles down and goes, Olaman, why did you have to take that ritual? And he just kind of stands there and looking at it. And as you look around, Rollman, nothing seems to be around but an empty hill, and these 3 graves, and James. Thankfully, as your mind clears once more, your brain doesn't break and your eyes don't bleed this time.
Yay!
As you're pretty sure that was one of the many futures that could come to be in the current
Mhm.
circumstance. Lastly,
Okay.
oh, good.
I said okay.
Okay, perfect. Lastly, Soot, as you go rushing around town, it will take you around an hour to find these individuals.
That's fine.
Okay. While Soot runs off, and before we cut to him specifically, Roman, James, and Bartimaeus, in that hour, is there anything you would like to do?
How is it looking? Is this going to be resolved, or do you need?
Fucking epic enslavement's been altered. God, oh. I don't think there's much I can do about this.
Yes, keep sucking.
Hey, I just want to do like a flashback for James. This is a long time ago. We've seen an instant cast enslavement spell before. This is not the first time.
Yep.
And we know that guy, and he kind of likes you. And he.
Remind me who it is as the player, because player is drawing a blank right now.
Crump Senior.
Oh.
He
I might know
casted it
somebody
with
who can get rid of it.
Yeah, he casted it way back when we were still in Utham's land doing like a moving with a caravan.
I can reach out to him if he has something near him right now, but I don't think I can talk properly.
Is there any other way we can resolve this?
Soot used to work from. My apologies.
Hey, shush.
When
you-
Soot gets back, have him reach out to Crump Senior.
Bartimaeus, any thoughts?
I'm kind of locked down.
All right.
As far as dispelling it, it's a very high level magic.
Mhm.
We could prop him in the anti-magic field in theory and be normal while it lasts.
I don't think we have access to an anti-magic field, but
I don't think so either.
all right. I guess
Really?
we can continue.
Crump Senior!
I hear you,
Crumbsy.
James.
Yes.
Thank you for
I-
finally fucking acknowledging it.
Can I get a bead on the rough caster level of the thing?
Yeah. Give me knowledge arcana.
Sure thing.
Nugget, you're okay. You're a good boy.
That's what he calls Bartimaeus' thumb.
And my boy.
Yes, I was talking to Nugget. I thought I muted myself. He's sitting over here looking dejected with everything that's been going on, so I was trying to get him to cheer up a little bit.
I just go, oh my. And I got a 30.
30. Does taste like a fried nugget, surprisingly. You know, it reminds me of McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
No.
I'm not loving this.
Hey, it definitely is greasy. Bartimaeus. Yeah. So the caster, for reference, would be with the. Well, sorry, what was your roll again?
30.
30. I'm making sure I've got my math right here. Yes. Their rank, their spell, caster level would be roughly 50.
5-0?
Correct.
Yeah, we ain't dispelling that.
Oh. Okay. Well, I can try and reach out to Crump Senior.
Yep. I will apparently be stuck here.
We try to get you
Let's
guys to a more
move the
secure
meeting.
location. I wouldn't be surprised if they had some sort of backup plan in case this didn't work. But if it's enslavement, I don't think they want to kill you.
Well, he's still sane. Can you help me tie him up?
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to give me a use rope check between the two of you.
All right.
I let
While
Roland
they
do
do
it.
that to make sure it's a little safer for them and I can't slip out as easy, I'll just switch out of my armor with my ring into my merchant's clothing.
Oh, speaking of
James?
prime target to be killed.
James, what's your intelligence?
14.
So I'm gonna give you a common clue here for your own understanding. You've seen this spell before. If this is the same spell, that means your mind will still be in a sense in control, which means everything you know how to do, the body is going to be able to do. So even without deactivating your armor, or with deactivating your armor, the body will just reactivate if it responds in combat. So it won't really matter.
Well, no, I was doing this so that I didn't activate freedom of movement immediately to give them a chance to keep me bound.
Sure.
It doesn't stop non-magical
Does
jet.
not. Nope, it's just spell effects. Because it's for rough terrain spell effects. 21 for
Freedom of
roll.
movement also prevents you from being bound. Yeah, it does. It affects it. Fun.
Yep, because it affects mundane grapples as well.
Is being tied up grappled?
Yes, technically.
Yeah, 'cause
By definition, rope is a grapple.
there's a bonus item that's literally just a rope, and it does a grapple check. So yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, because it's like
Yep.
hog tie. Alright, perfect. Yeah, no, he's right. Cool. So as you start kind of tying him up, as James changed over, are you taking your thumb out of his mouth, Bartimaeus?
Yeah, I mean the potion still it has its effect. It's like a normal potion. I've just
Yeah,
been
how
like
long-
keeping it in there because I'm having to feed it to him over time.
Oh, so that'll last roughly. It will only last a minute for reference. If I didn't specify caster level for the protection from evil spells or for the
Well,
potion.
I'm the one making it.
Oh, you're the one making it. Oh, then it's your caster level. Okay, perfect.
Yep. So it'll last 10 minutes
10 minutes. Okay.
or 11
So
minutes.
that gives you a bit of time. All right, perfect.
So
Yeah.
I take his ring away from him so he can't activate his armor.
All right. You disarm him, and as Rollman gets himself even more on high alert, expecting someone now to assassinate James at any point.
Yeah.
All right, and I assume you guys are gonna kind of stick around, watching and waiting until Sip gets back.
Yeah. Oh, do we beef up security? Or is that just going to invite more unknowns?
That's a question for you to answer. Oh, you don't have a military here yet. You have a militia that works in the town, and then you have Soot's
Okay,
4
general man.
trained people. And then you got mercenaries. Lots of mercenaries.
I did train 4 of the servants to know how to fight.
Yep.
Sure, fine. Grab them.
Okay. Creating a circle around James's tied up body, basically. All right. Okay.
And I'll try and establish communication with Soot.
Okay. How do you plan to do that?
I don't know.
Okay. While you think about that for a second, it is 5 o'clock, so before we jump to Soot's perspective, my rule always is that around 5 p.m. we try to take a quick 5-minute break, so we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll just come back at 10 past. Real fast. So we'll be right back for those watching at home. All right, as we jump back into the point from Soot. Soot, as you've been running around the town, heading to pretty much the opposite side of the city, one of the small, it was a tavern. Due to the fires that happened during the siege, it was unfortunately one of the buildings claimed in the mass burning. Now kind of reduced to a field that has been cleared out from the rubble, and now has a lot of tents in it for mercenaries hanging out there. Kind of looking through the camp, it's almost like a fair as you kind of walk past the many tents, but with more disgruntled alcoholics than usual, and less dancing women, unfortunately. As you find yourself kind of pushing through the crowd to the Silver Thread Consortium's tent or area, seeing the single silver thread looping into a kind of an infinity knot on a black velvet flag over about 4 tents. Wow, why was I blanking on the word tent? Jesus Christ. But I was about to say the square-shaped thing with high. Oh, shit. No, yeah. So, tents. As
Square.
It's been one of those days, man. This is what you kids don't get up at 5 a.m. and write legal documents. It fries your brain. As you walk over, though, the tents are fully open as the 4 members seem to kind of be sitting around. A moon elf, a Tibbet, and 2 Devati rather, that are kind of sitting around. The Devati being silver skinned themselves with long crimson hair, their fingernails a bright crimson red, their eyes almost crimson in coloration. As they kind of give you a look over. Did you need updates on the appearances for it? Both the Devati kind of smile and almost in synchronized speech, look at you and speak. And go, how may we assist you, Soot of Ironheart?
If you would, the Lord has need of your expertise.
They look to each other and seem to speak in a strange language that you don't recognize. As they seem to rapidly speak, almost in an argument, you can hear the irritation between the two of them. The Moon Elf and the Tibbet kind of looking over at you, the Tibbet kind of curling up on a pillow next to you as you kind of stand around looking in this tent. The velvet carpeted rugs kind of keeping the grass and dampness out of the tent. The many cushioned chairs and pillows on the ground, making it not too unpleasant to walk around in. The desks off to the side kind of seemingly filled with paperwork and coin and oddities here and there. The Moon Elf kind of seems to sit next to the 2 Devante, drinking a glass of wine out of this almost crystallized glass of silver. She seems to eye you up, and it doesn't take much to recognize someone checking you out. She kind of gives a almost come hither smile with over her glass as she drinks heavily, and then gives a loud hiccup. The Tibbet kind of smiles up at you as they curl up, their orange fur glimmering as it does. Finally, after a few moments, the Devati stop arguing, and one of them kind of looks at you, and the other kind of looks away, but they still both speak almost in synchronization as they go, what is it that he seeks, and what is it that isn't it for us?
We either need a spell dealt with or a referral to someone who can deal with it, or we need an ability to contact somebody specific. I cannot say more outside of a more public, a less public sanctum.
They both kind of tilt their heads. Go ahead.
Depending on which of the 3 I dealt with yourselves or by someone else would of course affect payment, but that would be a talk for the Lord, not me.
They both turn their heads towards each other and speak again in the strange language as the Tibbet kind of stands up on all fours, stretching as his hair kind of expands out. His little ribbon and top hat suddenly appearing as his hair on his face turns into like a thicker stash, and his whiskers kind of expand out as he sits back on his hind legs and looks at you as the Devati continue to argue, and he goes, in common, you are of the Soot clan?
I am, or was the heir. I haven't been home in a long time.
He kind of looks at you and goes, good, you're tough, right?
I believe so.
Fantastic. Please don't kick, as he suddenly claws into your leg and into your pants, stabbing through as he climbs up thickly up your body onto your shoulder and kind of sits down. After a few moments of awkward, like, pulling on you as you're kind of left surprised. Exactly. He kind of pulls himself onto you and, like, sits down on his back, on his hind legs, and goes, they will be arguing for a while now. I am the highest ranked member amongst our group adventuring-wise, as well as a divination wizard. I can deal with counterspelling and dispelling things if you'll take me to him. I expect a grand audience later, as well as a potential reward for this, but we can negotiate based on what the actual request is.
Of course.
He whispers into your ear and goes, does the Lord James truly enjoy hairy women, like the rumors say?
As far as I'm aware, no.
Hmm.
But
He's spreading
I-
rumors.
I was hoping this was true.
then again, I
You have
mean,
an admirer.
dwarf. If he likes other dwarven women, then that would technically be true. So I kind of scratched my cheek,
He
thinking.
takes his claw and rubs it and moves it in his feathered mustache from his fur as he kind of twirls it about and smiles and goes, "Intriguing. I shall ask him about his what he recommends for trying to get these small folk to go to bed with you. As other than the horrors, they seem to be uninterested in my kind, and I keep getting pet on the head and belly rubs, but when I try to move their hands lower, they seem to shout and scream at me."
I make a joke about playing Zeus, and I basically meet Cat Zeus. Oh, wonderful!
You start running, he holds on comfortably to you. Alright. Oh my god, yes. As you arrive though, back after another hour of running, James at this point fully is tied up. His mind is kind of somewhat flurried between the protection from evil spell and the few seconds before or between when the spell effect or the potion effect ends and Bartimaeus shoves his thumb into James's mouth. Kind of like being force-fed alcohol while you're hungover. It's just not a fun feeling. But
I'm gonna vomit.
I'll also note, it's not a pleasant texture as it's thick like a syrup or like a jam-like material that you're drinking, and it tastes very bitter to make very clear.
I love.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna
Artemis
throw up.
Yeah.
could totally use the wand that James has that does the same thing, but is
Does.
using the blood instead.
Well, it's also like there's method to the madness to a certain extent because if it's blood magic based, it's also unlikely that they have a remedy against it.
This cat is gonna come in and be like, "What the hell is happening?"
He's all tied up, surrounded by several people.
Say
He's
as
Yeah,
you
it's
getting
a thumb in his
forcibly
mouth.
his finger shoved in his mouth.
Oh my
I'm gonna
goodness.
throw up.
As Soot opens the front entrance door, announcing himself, as well as the young or the unnamed Tibbet who has just kind of grabbed on and requested to go. Or as he opens the door, though, seeing Bartimaeus' thumb leaned over into James's mouth while he's kind of eating food with the other hand and flipping through a magic book that Bartimaeus has collected through the years, seeing if there's any remedies or notes from his master in there. Rollman with his four servants kind of surrounding James in a battle position as they do, and James fully tied up as he is green to the gills, trying not to puke, with Bartimaeus' sausage thumb in his mouth. As the Tibbet looks over at you, Soot, and then looks back at the situation, looks back at you, and goes, "That's why he's not into dwarven women."
You'll understand this situation in a moment. As I start walking over to James.
Kind of jumps off your shoulder and starts
I'm
following
gonna
behind
puke
you.
if I keep dealing with this. We did identify what the spell is.
Here. It's on the back of his neck.
He looks up at James and goes, pardon me, Lord James of the Ironheart Merchant Company. I'm in my pajamas, and that is to say I'm not currently properly attired, and I apologize for that my junk is out into the public, but Soot did mention that this was an emergency, so I figured you wouldn't mind, and I would also like to say I'm such a big fan. I have all of your books, well, your one book, that one of your crew members published about your life and experience with you, as he starts going on about his, all the achievements James has achieved, and how he's been tracking
I just
James'
motioned for him
story.
to check because James probably can't take much more of this.
Stop. Oh, yes. My apologies. The pleasantries afterwards. By the way,
Pleasantries later.
in Dwarven, my name well, it's not important, but you can call me he kind of looks at the marking and kind of pauses and goes, as he kind of swallows real deeply and looks back at Soot and goes, kind of jumps down off James, walks over to Soot and climbs up to his shoulder again, fully grabbing on and pulling himself up, and leans into Soot's ear and goes, "It's not good."
I figured.
So, The good news is he's not going to die. Bad news is he's been enslaved. You've pissed off something, I assume, to rank this. I haven't seen the workings of this ever. In fact, this is a spell well beyond any available to most of us. I can temporarily remove it, but besides death, not much can really do anything about removing or begging the god that whoever instilled this is attached to. But I couldn't tell you who it is.
Kind of rub my head. How long would it stay away with a temporary removal?
Yeah. Looks back at James real quick and gives a thumbs up and says, "Don't worry, James. You're doing great. We figured out how to secure you, and I think we can keep you alive." He looks back down and goes, listen, I'll be honest. Days, maybe, if I can get to him, if we can keep him from, well, having the spell take force. If it takes effect, we can't stop it.
I just need you to keep it under control and to call somebody that I know that also knows a similar spell.
I mean, I can keep it from being undone or being cast on him, but I can't guarantee that he won't have side effects or that there isn't something else in the spell. It's more advanced than I've seen before. This is probably fey magic if I had to give it anything.
Of course it is.
He looks back at James and goes, "Don't worry, James. It looks like Soot has found a cure. We should have you completely able and surviving."
Lord James, have you, by any chance, angered any cat deities?
You see the Tibbet kind of looks back at Soot with like a surprise and looks back at James with like a worried concern.
Justicar Law isn't the biggest fan of me.
I look at the Tibbet.
He looks in horror.
She doesn't hate me, but she doesn't like me.
I am willing to bet, as I'm talking very quietly, that he simply worded something very poorly, and that we can maybe remedy this.
Tibbet nods and kind of goes, I mean...
So is there a way for me to talk to, obviously not the god itself, that's hoping for far too much, a follower, but I stop and look at the Tibbet.
I mean, if you want to talk to her, I can make it happen. She will not be happy about it.
As you hear suddenly this squirt from Bartimaeus' thumb.
She's not happy with you anyway, apparently. Can't make it that much worse.
Oh, he could. This is the light punishment if it's that person.
Is there you said, well, actually, is there a way to call her without her getting angry?
Oh, no, she's going to hate you no matter what you do, but if luck has it, she's watching this whole situation and is going to consider the fact of his stupidity and the willingness that you're trying to amend the action as hopefully favorable, and, won't slay us by trying to perform the ritual. If she doesn't want to talk to us, she'll probably kill us for performing the ritual and him.
Lord James, you owe me for this.
You'll get a bonus, and the Tibbet there who needs to introduce himself later. I'll make sure you're well rewarded.
My name's Silverthread. Oh, he looks back and goes, well, he looks over at Bartimaeus and the big ass rock he has, like, sitting next to the kitchen that has not been moved this entire time since it was placed there. He goes,
"It's the most fitting place for a big rock."
I mean, I can use that with your friend Bartimaeus' effect. If he's a blood mage like I suspect, he should be able to do the ritual, but we'll need the life of an innocent person or, well, something else that I can sacrifice that's of equal value. Or James is willing to give up 10 years of his lifespan.
A god of law needs a innocent sacrifice?
Gods are fickle bastards. They don't care about innocence in this time period, I tell you. I heard once that they used to like us. I haven't seen that.
Can I don't want to do an evil. Can I sense motive if the innocent sacrifice is actually a requirement and that he's actually a follower of this god or similar?
Sure.
Because I do not want to summon like some fucking demon lord.
The mention of a ritual and what I saw with my eyeballs, and that they just brought this random fucking person on the street. Can I try and like
orange
figure out
cat.
that,
Mhm.
and also if this is like some backup plan of these people
Sure.
of some kind?
Yeah, give me a sense motive. Soot, yes, the sacrifice is required. No, it's not required to be innocent. That is a misinterpretation that he is clearly not understanding. Gods that aren't usually evil don't require innocent people to be sacrificed, but blood sacrifice is not uncommon.
So it just
So
needs
I could do
a. It just needs a creature as a sacrifice.
Yeah,
Like, that's
basically,
the-
something with a lifespan to basically activate the ritual. Yeah.
I'm presuming 10 years. Because he specifies.
16.
So I
theory,
can
if it-
confirm. I want to finish this here real quick. He is not a follower of Durali's. I will make that clear. However, he is a legitimate wizard who does seem to know what he's talking about, from what he seems to be discussing and what he's pointing out. And
And
how
I don't
the ritual
think he's
works.
a follower of something else by any chance. He's just a wizard.
Oh no, he is a follower of something else. He has his symbol is yes. So his symbol is a silverized version of what Ned wears. The symbol of Alfred Stone's own divine hood.
I'm surprisingly okay with it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Hey, you worship Alfred. That's
And
nice.
then for Rolleman, I can confirm Rolleman. If he was part of the organization that's caused this, it wouldn't make sense to send someone who seems to be so kind or so much showing so much actual admiration, as the guy seems to actually know a lot about James. That's not like common knowledge, but also isn't fully like hidden information. It's just more like, oh, you visited this famous place in Dragon's Crown, this one tavern, and became a really well known figure there. It's a little weird. You get the creepy stalker vibe from him, but definitely not like nefarious evil villain, and definitely not as part of that organization, seeing as he seems to fully be showing his willingness and powers.
Okay.
So
Does it have to be his lifespan?
looks up and goes, it has to be something with 10 years of lifespan, from my understanding. More lifespan we offer, the more time we get to talk to them, but I figure 10 minutes is probably enough.
All right, let's do it. My lifespan should suffice. I'm already old.
Yeah. And what was that, Bartimaeus?
Oh, I was wanting to say like because I mean
He's Mr. Jangles.
The homunculus technically does have an unlimited lifespan.
Well,
but also doesn't necessarily. Well, it technically has blood because it is a living construct or a living thing. Because I'm not making a construct out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to point out, I'm pretty sure, like, couldn't I, in theory, just use my own blood to do it? Because in theory, anything you can do with the external sacrifice, you could do with an internal sacrifice if you have enough blood to do it.
Give me a spellcraft or a knowledge arcana. What's up, Soot?
Do knowledge.
we just take
yeah.
10 years to fucking die unlimited life over there?
34.
34. It is not the blood itself that is the value. It is the actual years that are being given is what the ritual requires. However, an actual individual, as you realize, is not required. It technically could be literally anything that has years of living left in it.
So we could get an animal that
Right.
lives long enough.
Okay, so let's go outside and touch a tree.
That is also, as Bartimaeus realizes, technically, yes, that could technically count.
All right. Now, under the hope that she apparently does not like Lord James, me and Bartimaeus are going to go do this. I will try to communicate kindly. Is that okay with everyone? Is that okay?
Go ahead.
Give a thumbs up.
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
It's not that. It's not.
But it's also a little bit that.
Is Bartimaeus needed here with James?
Yeah, we've got. Honestly, it's just been kind of funny to put my finger in his mouth. It lasts for 11 minutes at a time.
You're an asshole.
I will note, you look as Bartimaeus' pointer finger is deflated completely from James sucking on it.
Dude, how much blood have you ingested?
James
You
looking like
fire
he's about to
already.
vomit just squarely looks at Bartimaeus. You're an asshole.
I'm gonna hand Bartimaeus a
I
vial.
hired you.
Just fill that and he'll drink another dose while we go do this.
I just got a nod, give him flash him a granite, just like pull out like a little vial, just like do.
Yeah.
Drink that in about 10 minutes, as I'll go to leave.
Okay, Rollman, you heard them. Feed that to me in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, James takes it in his hand that's tied to this big stone.
James, why aren't you drinking it?
No, I imagine I'm like tied to the throne at this point because I can't move that no matter how hard I tried.
Oh my god, that works for me. Yep.
Where's your fucking protection from evil wand? I want to back up just in case.
I gesture to the wand sheaths on my in my coat.
Okay.
As you grab it, Rollman kind of getting the other butlers and servants kind of around you as they ready themselves, kind of preparing as they watch as the Tibbet kind of begins to grab out of his bag of holding that he pulls off the from under his fur and pulls out as he puts on his merchant attire and gets actually dressed. His little pompadour kind of seemingly glimmering as he puts it on, and as he starts taking out vials of components, a little bit of black powder, some owl bones, the eyes of a hellhound, a piece of the Golden City's skin, and kind of starts putting them around in a circle. Kind of instructing Bartimaeus to draw a circle with his own blood as he follows behind him and how to do it. Walking him through the steps. As the Tibbet kind of finishes and smiles and goes, "Alright, now I need a sacrifice.
I go touch a tree.
I need where as he looks at the spell circle around James and look at the big ass stone or the throne that James is tied to."
During the process, we would have told him we were going to do it on a tree instead.
Yeah, but James is tied to the throne. That's thousands of pounds.
The circle has to be built on James.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to.
Oh.
So
we
I'm
just
just
move about that.
bird my lifespan. I'm nigh immortal. I don't care.
Let's just rip up a tree.
I'm not moving him on his heavy ass throne.
No, rip up a tree and bring the tree. He's still alive.
That's technically he's not wrong. That is technically
He's still
true.
alive.
I'll be right back.
Give me a strength check.
That's what the entire thing was like. There's no reason to do it because we could just use a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Because also, I think it's fucking hilarious because my druid or my blood magic grove is the tree.
Mm-hmm.
29. I want this
29?
fucking.
As you hear, a dwarven gardener cry, "No!" as they suddenly rip in a bit of a shrug in the ground as a large tree is pulled out of the ground. As a few moments later,
It's like a sapling.
as it comes walking
It has to
in,
be healthy enough to survive the transportation, Rollman.
the leaves and branches cracking on the door as it comes being pulled in, and the Tibbet kind of looks up and goes, "Sure." He kind of grabs a root, sets it down as it slams onto the ground, and walks over to where the Tibbet kind of points, and he goes, "Okay, now everyone who's going, stand here. And everyone who doesn't want to get exploded and is not being casted on, stand behind Rollman."
I assume I'll take the butlers.
Yeah, they immediately kind of follow suit, hiding behind you.
I wish you luck. I'll protect
Roland,
this area.
If all else fails, don't mess with any more princesses, please, for the love of everything.
As the Tibbet takes a piece of the tree branch and shoves it into James's mouth and goes, "Bite down hard, James." Good, Roland.
Oh, this is gonna.
Dang, that's crazy.
Somewhere, there's just a horde of Chasten's prior characters that are having the most cathartic dream in the afterlife.
All right,
Dude, we're all in bad afterlife, other than one.
Oh yeah.
Awful.
The Tibbet kind of climbs up onto you, James, and looks you in the eyes as these claws kind of sink into your outfit, and you feel the weight of him pulling down on it as he stretches your clothes and goes, "Okay, James, I'm a fan. I want you to know this, so I'm going to be honest with you. This has a 50% chance of killing you. It also has a 30% chance of turning you into a fish, which I've only had happen once, but it did happen.
But how is it a 30% chance?
You have a piece of tree in your mouth right now, buddy.
Yeah, this is James's thought process.
Cameron, he's probably only done this ritual 3 times.
Looks at you and goes, "I've done this once before."
Oh, so it was a dead fish?
Oh no, the fish exploded as he looks back at Roland. That's why I said get behind you.
He did the ritual once, and the one turned into a fish. Oh my god.
So, if this does
You're
go
fired if
badly,
he does,
James,
by the way.
I want you to know, that's why we had you bite this down, so that way your skeleton doesn't explode from the spell's magical surge. Good news,
I want a
as he
stick.
looks at you and goes, the spell's side effect does have a set last moment. Your last will and testament will be recorded upon the closest piece of papyrus that is blank, and it will fly to your next of kin. So that's the grand news. With that, I must admit I also lied about it. It's actually about a 75% chance of death. And he throws down a pitch of black dust and explodes the spell as
I am
Bartimaeus
going to-
and Soot vanish.
Have fun.
The explosion is massive. Give me a fortitude save. Rollman.
Fortitude?
Yes.
I'm not dodging this shit. I'm just tanking it.
You are tanking because it's going to hit the entire room equally, basically. And it's just going to be to see if you keep your feet or if you fall on your butt.
If
Backflip.
James dies, I'm following this fucking Tibbet. He's hilarious.
Oh
Oh my
my
god.
You backflip with ease and manage to turn around, trying to cover the smaller members of the group. As you manage to keep your feet or footing, as the spell impact
42
explodes out. The magic and black smoke all around, causing heavy coughing. James, you immediately find your mind going into unconsciousness as the entirety of the room goes black. As those are the last words you hear. As Bartimaeus and Soot, you find yourselves sitting in a well-lit, very mahogany, like tons of shelves, bookshelves, armoires, desks, just all bright mahogany with beautiful cuts into them, inscribed with roses, symbols of justice, the scales of justice. Just kind of throughout a large desk kind of sitting in front of you as you two find yourself sitting in these massive chairs. Exactly. A figure suddenly appears in a poof of smoke as this kind of almost glimmering golden light shaped like a small or like stunted tabaxi kind of sits in front of you. Their eyes glimmering gold, their body seemingly glimmering under a deep silver cloak that covers almost all of them. Their staff, a golden rod with these symbols, or with the scales of justice kind of at the tip of them, as they look over you a lot and kind of pull down some paperwork, looking at it and reading through it for a moment as they look up at you and then kind of look back down at the files and flip a page and then kind of do this for a few moments as they look up at you again and go, "Spear of Clan Soot." And she looks over at Bartimaeus and goes, "And one who does not know his actual name. What can I do for you in this interrupting visit as I was enjoying my lunch, tormenting the law of undeath?"
Justicar of law, I request that we can figure out my lord being punished for what I hope is a misunderstanding.
She kind of suddenly snaps her fingers as a big book with the names James Dragon of House Ironheart on it pops up. And this thing is about 20 times as thick as either of your files that she had in her hands as she sets them aside and begins flipping the pages as she stands up in her chair, kind of opening the book, and it is heavy as it slams onto the table as she flips through. And there's every terrible and great deed that James has done kind of written in balance throughout as she kind of comes to the end and goes and then shows that James is planning to become a god with no balancing intent as she looks up and goes, "The scales are not balanced, order is not restored, and the future is in question. His punishment is that of an egotistical brat who refuses to understand his place, one who I give freely to, in kindness, showing him nothing but a deserved respect And what does he show me in turn? And she looks between both of you and goes, "That's right. Stupidity. I cannot stand a stupid individual with great power, for they make the worst kind of gods. My cohort have to be of intelligence that can make sure their powers do not interfere in the natural order. Imagine chaos in the world given true right of power due to the inability for a god to manage their domain. Would either of you wish that upon your world?"
I wish to remedy the situation so all parties are happy. Whatever that means.
You're boring and uninteresting. And the answers you give to me do not impress me. I'm not here for your beloved candor, your kind words. So, as she waves her finger, so you find your mouth suddenly sealed, almost unable to speak, as she looks over at Bartimaeus and goes, "You're a corrupt one. What brings you to think that I would listen to you over him, one who speaks elegantly, one who's seen years upon this world? Why do you come to speak for James when he has done nothing but wrong by me?"
Like sits back for a moment and just kind of strokes his chin and says,
Well, a boat floats or it sinks. The vessel isn't really all that important. It's what you do while it's floating that matters.
She nods.
Put it simply, it seems as if followers of yours have put a hole in Master James's boat before he has had a chance of making or not making whatever mistakes it is that he's entitled to make. Speak of fairness, and in that regard, it isn't quite fair, is it? Being punished before you've made your mistakes.
You speak well, and I don't disagree with that decision. You're not wrong that my members act in haste and concern, naturally, for an ill-equated individual, especially one who has no issue with destroying a nation for his own selfish desires, is a threat, especially with a lack of intelligence that we need. And I don't disagree with you on the fact that it is wrong to punish an individual before they are given the right to act, a choice to be made. So I'm going to ask you then both and give you a choice. James's current situation, his predicament, sees him in a unique circumstance. What say we offer him a chance to fulfill those scales? You two will guide him as you have, and should he succeed and prevent himself from unbalancing the scales, I will let you keep your lives. Should he falter at any point that I see such a future that I cannot allow to happen, you give your lives to me and my cult. Is that a deal? As she unseals Soot's mouth.
Very well.
She looks over at Bartimaeus.
Just so that I understand fully what it is that you're suggesting, what it is the balance that Master James is upsetting? Is it the nexus of his unique heritage and divinity, or is it something different?
She looks at you and kind of smiles and goes, "Now that is exactly the smart question to ask a being that can't give an answer. to ensure that they have to give you what you wish. She starts kind of giving a slow clap and goes, a respectful game. A respectful game. I will return James's ability to not be enslaved by my followers. She kind of eyes Soot up and down. In exchange, I will ask of you both two things only. One, you will not speak of this meeting, nor what we came to agreement of during this meeting. And secondly, as she looks over at Soot, for you to have a bit more willingness to keep your life going, as your balance is what ensures this party does not change in a direction that will cause it to die. Do we agree with it?
So it'll just quietly nod.
I find it agreeable.
Good. She looks back at Bartimaeus and goes, don't return to my lands. I don't like blood mages in my territory, and I really don't like people who outsmart me. Remember that. As she gives a final glare, and as she gives as she closes James's book with a loud clap, you see the letters or the words fill in of James's allies actually believe in him, and are willing to work or save him. As the as you both are brought back, suddenly coming into the room, the blackened smoke kind of dissipating. As suddenly the Tibbet finally gets to the door, shouting to Roman, "I found the door! Don't worry!" As the smoke bellows out of the room, as you all see looking over at James, expecting to see a fish or something worse. James kind of starts coughing and sputtering as the stick falls out of his mouth, landing on the ground as it interacts with the spell circle. The stick immediately turns into a small goldfish that starts flapping up and down on the spell circle as the spell circle burns away. And the Tibbet looks back and goes, "It worked!" As Bartimaeus and Soot stand, a little bit covered in soot, but otherwise unfazed, right next to where they stood a moment ago.
Is the fish alive?
The fish
Someone's
is no
near that
longer
fucking
dead.
Hmm?
The fish is no longer alive.
Damn it.
What?
Dead fish.
Like, reach down. Is it lunch or is it James?
As you look at it, is not James, thankfully. It is, but it was as you look at it, it's the inside of it. It starts coughing up a bit of splinters and wood. Looks like it was the stick.
Fiery.
I think for a minute, and I'm like, I'm going to keep this one. Actually,
It's dead.
Puts
It's
it into
coughing
one
up
of his
splinters.
pockets. It is of the stick. It was. The Tibbet
well,
kind
it's
of
coughing. It's still
Sure.
alive. It can't cough otherwise. I'm like,
or it's the body's reacting. But as you kind of pocket the fish, the Tibbet kind of
Pocket
walks
fish.
over, untying James as he like rubs the spell circle up before letting James down, and looks over at Roman and the butlers and goes, "I'm glad that didn't spawn elementals like last time. God, that would have been terrible.
Dude, I fucking love this guy.
Jesus.
You are an intriguing individual.
I just practiced my mother's
discover your-
magic."
We will have to discuss your payment.
Who knows? Kind of looks over at Bartimaeus and goes, "Did I what?" As he kind of like puts the rope away.
A few months ago, there were reports of blood elementals. It wouldn't happen to be your doing, would it?
No. I summon earth elementals all around me whenever I use my magical abilities. For some reason, they're always drawn into a bloody rage and try and kill me and everything around them. Makes the spell way worse.
I had a large purse if you were capable of assembling blood elementals, but alas.
He shakes his head and goes, "No, but I can tell you how to do it. I just don't have the abilities, as I'm not one of the casters with the spell abilities. You have to be able to resonate with the cores to create special elementals like that."
Oh, really?
I like reach into my pocket and offer him the fish and say,
Fair trade.
That is extraordinarily racist. I don't eat fish. I'm actually a vegetarian.
I like think about it for a moment. It's like,
In theory, this isn't
It is a stick.
meat. It is a vegetable turned fish.
I'm not eating a stick, as he looks at you and like wipes off the smoke from James's suit, and he kind of smiles up and goes, holds his hand and goes, "A name? Well, my friends call me Hats because my long name is a Charlatan the Third. A roll of oh, here, hold up. I've actually got a full name here. Of Rolamarin, the carnivorous bloodline, the third of his name, 14th of his line, 27th of his family, and 12th in line for the family throne."
You're right, that is long.
That was just a
Thank you.
sentence, not a name.
Yes, his name is no, that is his full name as he introduces himself. Yes, his actual name, his first name is Charlatan, as he smiles up and goes, "I get it from my abilities. My family named me after one of the schools I attended, as is common for our culture."
You have to agree, it is intensely ironic and hilarious that your title is Carnivore and you are herbivorous.
He nods and goes, "My original name before I gained this was supposed to be Longfang," as he holds open his teeth and goes, "My teeth are normal sized."
I sympathize. I was supposed to be of the Ogre Magi, but obviously. I just like hold up my hand, just like short.
He nods. "But I hope that you had a pleasant talk with the lawbearer."
She doesn't seem to like me much. But, James, you're off the hook.
Well, I
Huzzah.
thank you both. I'm guessing I'll have to do something to avoid whatever I was being punished for.
Well, how about you just focus on being a good boy?
I was gonna say, yeah. When Bartimaeus breathes in to think, I look at him as I point my throat and I shake my head no.
Don't worry, trust me. I
won't-
remember the stipulation there.
I won't pry. Thank you both for putting your lives on the line for me. I won't forget it.
The Tibbet kind of coughs. Or Charlatan kind of coughs.
And thank you, Charlatan, for assisting.
Of course. About my reward now. So my company is really poor, and I've been eyeing these really nice staves you have in town. They're only about 12 million gold pieces, and I figure a lord of your standing would be more than happy to, reward someone who just saved his life with something such as that.
Well, for someone who saved my life, I usually prefer to make something by hand for them.
Can you make staves?
Staves, no, but for someone like you, I'm
I'll
able
take
to
the
make
12
a
million.
special robe. Damn it. Can't do 12 million right now.
Looks at you and goes,
much.
kind of eyes you up and down and goes, "I mean, I'll be in town for a little bit if you want, if you want to pay me installments."
Gonna put you on layaway.
Fucking.
Gives a
I
smile.
don't have to pay them 12 million, by the way.
Suddenly, I know where all the money from the next quests we're doing are going.
Dude, their
Give me a
literal
million.
motto is precision, discretion, profit.
Nope.
And I
Give
can
a million.
respect it. I can respect the hustle. But James's life has already been given a value, and I have to kind of stick to that.
Yeah, 12
Which
million gold
is?
pieces.
Oh no, it was given by somebody by much stronger than him.
Oh, that's fine. Those guys went level 13.
No, the demon that gave me the IOU.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, the wizard's level 13.
Yeah, just give him a million gold and tell him to go away.
Kind of looks
I will
back
pull
at
out
you.
I will pull out $1 million and pass it off to him.
And looks at this and goes, "Oh, should I come back tomorrow?"
It'll take a little bit of time for us to work up all of that coin as we have been putting it into the city's repairs and preparing for the expedition.
Oh, that's fine. You can
So-
go. I'll walk with you down to the office so you can pull the money out.
It is tied up in businesses and such, so it'll take me a bit of time, but you will be paid in full.
James, stop getting fucking pushed around. Don't give him 12 million gold.
No, I mean, we can go get a meeting with these people right now, get this all sorted out, get your money back, and pay me off real quick. Now, I don't hate to tell people about your situation here.
I'll leave the fact that he's now threatening me to
Wow.
offer to pay it.
Blackmail? That's crazy.
Have I ever, Charlatan, have I told you of my magics? It's very fascinating. Long ago, I came across a name in a hidden tome in the scrap of paper back of the library of Blood Mage.
Yes, I don't care. What about that 12 million? As he looks back at James.
I
like
think I
just-
paid you enough for the service that risked multiple lives.
He gives you a glare and goes, okay. Takes the money and turns and starts walking out. I just didn't think that James of the Ironheart Merchant Company was so stingy. As he starts walking to the door, grinning as a dwarf. Truly, the saying that the world believes as he opens the door wide. I can't believe a whole castle to himself and can't pay a single commoner that little bit of bounty for saving his life as he closes the doors behind him.
Honestly,
So-
not nearly as bad as what other people say about you.
Pops his head in one
no,
more
at
time.
this-
Can't even pay his debts and closes the doors and knocks it off completely.
Okay, that one we're gonna have to make him shut up about. That gets around and I'm fucked.
You want me to start erasing his soul?
I mean, that seems a bit much. Maybe the Patters will suddenly go handle him.
If they're not an idiot, they just got paid $1 million gold for probably doing something not that terrible.
Oh, it's insanely
them.
risky. To be fair.
Mhm. So if they complain
still
further,
made
then we
decent
can
money.
deal with it. But
But thank you both for doing that. The king should also be here today or tomorrow.
Yes.
could be here right now. Who knows?
And I freeze, and I stare at James. My eye twitches, and I start leaving. Prepare for cases today.
He's got to prepare
I
a
start
feast.
chasing. I start
I
chasing. shit with
already
my
had-
fish.
I make sure to get the people that I had notified for caring for the king and the room ready, so
That's
that everything is already good on
Are
So
you
my
gonna
end.
turn
As
the fish into a dish?
As Spit goes to open the doors to the head getting ready to leave, you hear from the front gate, and he can't even pay a single mercenary the debt he owes.
As he's carrying 1,000,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, shocking.
No, you see, he has
I
to keep
don't-
saying that because if he doesn't, they're gonna think he
No, I don't
he
feel
has a lot of
people
money.
him now with all the coin he's carrying.
He's carrying 1,000,000. There is no
You know what?
way
Hey,
anyone's
actually, you're
believing
right.
him.
When Roman hears this, he's gonna go out and just shout out like, "I'm sorry that 1 million gold pieces that you're currently carrying was not enough money for you."
I repeat, this man has 1,000,000 gold pieces. He also has no armor or weapons on him.
As you shout this out loud, you see him look back at you lot with a sudden look of surprise, and flips you the bird and starts running out the gate.
Hey, I technically offered him more than 12 million. If I would have made him a fucking robe, it would have been something.
As he is gone.
I feel no sympathy.
No, none. None at all.
None.
One day,
How many
James is
people
gonna
go
be near
chasing
death,
him is the question.
and then there's just gonna be a cat that looks down at him, and he'll know it's Charlatan staring at him. But go ahead.
I didn't do nothing. That was them.
Yeah, as you shout this out, and as he runs off, disappearing out of eyesight or line of sight, what would you all
I
like
don't
to
think that was
do?
much for a rogue either.
No, I can't confirm. He is a wizard. Well, wizard, air quotes.
Yeah.
Close
He's
enough.
a charlatan.
Handle the preparations for the king to show up, and then we will probably also need to make sure we're ready to set out right after the king to go deal with those storm giants.
Can we get a necklace for you that is the no touchy necklace?
No touchy.
You could probably
I
very
think I
easily
can
make.
work that into my armor next upgrade, but it'll be a bit before I can do that, Rollman.
Can you outsource it?
To who? No one in the city other than Hammer and Forge can craft higher end gear.
Protection or evil shipment. That's probably pretty good too.
And Hammer and Forge don't make things magical. Their work is pure skill.
What if we just give you a whistle? That when
A
someone
rape
touches you can.
I will work up something. I have an idea for something. It'll be consumable, but it'll take a hit from me for spells like that from now on.
James needs a villain whistle. I keep touching him inappropriately.
I'm just gonna make fucking a voodoo dummy that keeps eating spells for me that
Sure.
are gonna fucking do that shit.
James, show us where they touched you on the voodoo doll.
It does me here.
God damn it. Yeah, so, Soot, you're heading off into town to try and see to the, situation, to the arriving guests.
I'm doing food preparations for the arriving.
Then yeah, give me
Yeah.
your, craft. I believe it's craft for you for a cook, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, give me a check.
I'm gonna do security shit.
Okay. Start walking
I'm gonna
around.
try.
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna try and
because
convince-
clearly someone fucking got through. You know, the cat got through.
Yeah, give me a search check in the background. And then Bartimaeus.
I'm gonna try and convince Soot to make my fucking stick fish.
Make it the main dish.
God,
Make it the main.
is one
main course.
bite.
I have already written out what I'm making. God damn it!
It's just the one for me. I did so great today. Come on.
8.
Alright.
Taking the Storm Jotun as a guard, I'm gonna go check the front gate to make sure that he hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Bartimaeus hangs out with Soot.
Keep begging him, please.
In the background, taste testing as well. You know, make sure nothing's coming up accidentally poisonous. None of the ingredients have been poisoned in the background. You know, usual stuff.
Alright, get the guy with the most fortitude the poison test.
Exactly.
He'll
As
feel the tingling sensation.
Bartimaeus samples and Soot cooks. Soot, give me a secondary cook check for the fish.
God.
Are you
Yeah.
cooking it? You could have said no.
Yeah, I'm cooking the stupid fish.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat
Wait,
20.
watch him nat 20 that.
I swear to God, I better fucking not.
I
I will be
souffled the
so-
stick.
Goddamn upset. It's close. 17 on the die,
Nice. Yeah.
which is a
What-
35.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
See, it is better than the other stuff.
What are you making out of curiosity, Soot, otherwise?
I was writing this out because I was prepping. We're making souvlaki on pita bread, which is it's the old Greek like meat skewers.
Oh, okay.
Assortico wine, which is a white wine that pairs with it, and then Dosettis. I'm probably saying that horribly wrong. That one's French. That's like little sweet egg tarts, egg custard tarts.
And a fish.
You
stick.
know, it might be because
Yeah.
I'm white trash, or it might be because I'm from the 90s, but I thought I could have sworn Dosettes was an alcoholic drink. I might be wrong.
That is
Or
a
is that Dos Equis?
That's Dos Equis.
That's
That's
Dos
Dos
Equis.
Equis.
Okay, there we go. All right. I was sitting there like, I'm pretty
And
sure.
the fish stick.
And
Perfect.
the main
And then the
course
fish
fish
stick.
sticks.
And a fish, I guess.
Yeah,
I
just
don't-
tossing it on the grill afterwards, you know, giving it its own skewer. It's already got a
Golden herb
skewer.
grilled fish.
Yeah. As Bartimaeus kind of sits at taste testing, you know, making sure the ingredients are right, you know, sniffing everything, doing his checks. As you kind of start working with your staff to cook, yeah. Roll them in the background as you start walking the perimeter. The smell of food is so good that you're 100% barely paying attention to what you're doing as you're just kind of looking and like daydreaming about lunch.
Only made another taste tester.
Hey, you know, speaking of which, Bartimaeus, give me a fortitude save.
For the fish.
Yeah, for the fish. Yeah.
Stick fish.
Stick fish
I
is not
knew
good,
the
it turns
problem.
out.
I knew there was a problem
Fish
with
stick.
No, it's stick fish.
Stick fish stick.
36
stick
with
fish.
an additional +2 if it technically counts as a poison.
It does not. Good news, nothing happens. Bad news, you feel a really weird tingling for a moment, and James, for a few seconds, you grow immensely powerful, and then it vanishes.
Wait a second. What? What was that?
the power at my fingertips. Oh, it's gone. It's gone.
Good thing you
I
like taste tested
control
it.
nothing.
I will say, James, you just ascended to demigodhood for like 2 seconds. Coincidentally, as you're walking down, it's at the same time as Bartimaeus seems to swallow that fish. Interestingly enough,
Swallow that bite of fish.
I
Yep.
look at Bartimaeus. Wasn't good, was it?
Let's say,
Very
yeah.
thing.
Finish eating it, damn it.
That was me finishing eating it.
Do you think I don't eat everything in like a single mouthful?
You're taste testing.
Your
But-
taste
Well, that
testing,
one
I
is
thought you'd
entirely
only
mine.
taking a bite.
Roland, as you kind of walk around, though, kind of doing your search around the castle exterior, James, starting to walk down towards with one of the guards or one of the butlers alongside you. As you head down towards the gate, there's already a bunch of people cheering, laughing, dancing, and singing as you recognize all of the planning and prep you put in has already been underway for probably an hour.
I'm late to the party. Shit.
Welcome to the party, pal.
As you rush off down towards where you had set up some stands where you were supposed to meet him, kind of to wait and catch up. Thankfully, as you get there ahead of time, you manage to get there about a good 10 minutes before they reach that point, and thankfully have a moment to catch your breath as you watch the long procession of wagons or noble wagons coming through.
I make sure I have the bag of 20,000 coins set aside immediately.
Oh yeah, it's already in a custom designed chest. Yep, like you asked.
And I will wait for them,
Okay.
I guess.
As you kind of stand there watching, waving to the crowd as they sing, laugh, music starts playing in the background. Roman, as you kind of make your rounds, after a little bit, I mean, it takes James a minute to get down to the main road and down towards the fair. So as you kind of make your full walk around the top area, making sure nothing catches your attention, and kind of daydreaming about the food. Walking down towards the bottom floor to do your rounds around it, you hear a knock at the courier's door as you kind of pass by. Soot still busily cooking in the kitchen as Bartimaeus is kind of watching him. Also, I imagine kind of writing his own notes for what just happened.
In the door.
She opened the door. What looks to be a ragged, homeless-looking snowbeard kind of looks up at you. His beard is filthy. His clothes are torn and shredded. Many of them kind of covered in heavy soot. His eyes look common as he looks up at you. His hair just filthy and ragged and greasy and oily as he looks up and goes, "Ah, are you Roloman?" As he speaks in Dwarvish. Do you respond in Dwarvish or Common?
I respond in common, so he says.
Okay. He looks at you and goes in Common and goes, "Oh, my apologies. I thought you spoke the Dwarvish tongue. I was wondering if you have any food."
We might be able to part with some food. Why?
"I heard the Lord James is a kind man, and I'm a old man." As he looks down at himself. Okay, middle-aged man who's hungry and been displaced by the war. Other taverns are filled with soldiers and people celebrating. I didn't want to intercede. It didn't seem you were all busy. I hope you don't mind.
Okay.
Man looks at you and says, "You want me to wait here? You want me to come in?"
They can wait there.
He nods and kind of takes a seat in one of the courier stools. As you
I close the door.
Yeah. Making sure it shuts all the way.
I said we got a homeless man who wants
the other
food.
side.
You shout this. Mm-hmm.
Bartimaeus
Like a plate.
eats too much until I get back, and I direct him to a pot he has to stir while I walk away with a skewer.
I wiggle my fingers and a mage hand appears and stirs the pot.
Oh no, his hands are still free. I don't know if he's legit or not. I didn't really care.
Yes, not suspicious. A random dwarf
No, it's
showing
not suspicious at all or anything.
at the moment the procession's happening.
No.
Can you make sure Bartimaeus doesn't eat anything he shouldn't? Just
Yeah, I can do that. Bartimaeus, why are you not stirring?
I'm sorry.
Just, like,
Human
point-
hands are very
That's
inferior
not
to
bring
actual
that
hands.
cheating.
I like point to my like very small like stubby fingers. It's like, what do you want from me?
That are
Starring
covered in peanut butter or something else from the kitchen.
It's covered in your saliva. It's covered in your
Right, it's true.
What do you mean?
There's a two more kind of going back and forth. So as you open the door, there's no one there.
If a dwarf snuck in, I'm just saying this out loud, we could just talk.
Kind of hold the door open, looking around for a moment, waiting, and nothing happens.
I'm looking for this fucking guy. Roman wouldn't lie to me. Why would he?
Closing the door behind you as you walk into the courier room. Yeah, give me their spot, listen, or search.
What broke in? Where'd he go?
Where are you, you little shit?
I have a
If you
skewer
don't
for
come-
you, you fucking old man.
It's gonna be a lot worse if you don't come out.
read it as a spear. Use all of your abilities.
He understands he waves the skewer with meat like juice just kind of rolling off and around,
I got a
smacking.
skewer what? Nat 20 for a 29.
And as this listens, spot or search?
This is search.
Search. He's not here. As you look around, Soot, you can see where his butt imprint was a moment ago. It's still slightly warm, but as you kind of walk over to the door, you can see the gate of the front of the castle just closing now. As the guard kind of seeing you, locks eyes and waves at you and goes, kind of like points at the skewer and points back at himself, like indicating, "Is that for me?"
I'm gonna start with, do you see anyone here other than one of us?
You just kind of come walking out towards him. He kind of looks back at you and goes, "Yeah, an old dwarf, looked like a bum. Said he knew James, personally. Mentioned him as the, something about Frostbuster, so it sounded
He's
official.
fired.
Where'd he go?
He walked back out saying that he was going to go check on the event and get free food there. I mentioned when he was in the room, when I was standing over there, that he'd probably be able to get some free bread since they were handing it out at the parade."
If I described to this man what Uthgarm looked like basic features,
Yeah,
would
give me-
he say similar?
Give me a charisma or a diplomacy check, we'll call it.
Okay. I'm really good at diplomacy, shockingly.
I would hope so with James as your the guy paying you.
33.
As you kind of explain it to him almost identically to the guy, to Uthgarm, he kind of looks at you and goes, "No, I'd say that this guy didn't look like him. Common features and all. I mean, if this guy was nobility at any point, I mean, the hands don't lie. Those weren't soft hands. Those were hands that had seen a lot of years of stonework. My father was a bricklayer, a stone layer for the walls for Van Cossold. It looked like his hands, I'll be honest."
I'm going to try one more. If I describe the painting I've seen of James's father, does he look like that?
Your daddy was here.
Because I know he's alive.
Give me another diplomacy check.
I swear, this is somewhat important, and I'm going to figure this out.
It's just some homeless man, dude.
It turns out it's just a random
Changing back
guy.
into his armor because being in a crowd unarmored is very horrifying to him.
We'll get to you in a second, James. Don't worry.
35.
35 kind of looks at you and goes, "Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, a little bit more rough around the edges, but, yeah."
Your daddy's visiting you.
But he's
He's
here to
here for money.
assassinate me. What the fuck are you talking about?
I hand him the skewer because I want him distracted, and I'm walking to Roland very quickly.
Dude, he fully doesn't even pay attention. He for me, as he looks down, drilling at it and tears into the thing as he goes back to sit down.
As I'm walking away, he's so getting fired.
Yeah, he is getting fired, bro. He just let some random guy through.
Roll him in. Roll him in.
Yes.
James's father is here, and he ran away. I don't know where he is.
That's interesting.
Yes, he's now among the crowd. He's probably looking for Lord James, and I doubt he has good intentions.
All right, let's go then.
Take Bartimaeus with you. I actually need to finish here, but Lord James should be out in the open.
All right, Bartimaeus, do you have someone can you track his bloodline?
Not the whole bloodline, but
Like, can you like from his blood? Can you find his father, or like, does that work?
No.
Well, all right then.
He's just hiding among the festivities. He should be near. He's apparently bumming food as I make quotations with my fingers.
I don't know anything about his father. Is his father also of the sort of demonic persuasion?
I don't believe so. What do I know about James's father?
Well,
good.
He'd have to be, right? Because he has 2 demon bloodlines.
Correct on that.
One of them is dad.
Give me either a knowledge history or an int check, Roman.
I shall give you an intelligence check. $20.
So, James described his father as not only a deadbeat gambler, a bad gambler, and one who basically risked most of his family's wealth, and actually in his family's entire wealth. James has never spoken fondly of the man, basically always describing him terribly, if he described him at all. The two seem to have a strained relationship. However, besides the fact that James is a bit more of what we call a dandy when it comes to the nobility, a lot more bookish. His father was and is described as a warrior of some renown. The history book that James keeps from the collective of Pyrrhus, as you lot have read a few times, would note him specifically as the only person who ever beat Uthgaram in open combat. And a great warrior who is actually rather renowned for his ability to take on hordes of other warriors by himself. That's really roughly all you know. I think you have seen a painting of him because you saw it when you were in James's hometown when you went to the castle, because that was in the waiting room. So you do know what he looks like roughly.
Was the homeless man I saw look like that?
As you think about it now, yes. A lot rougher, definitely. Like, the guy pulled off the bum look pretty well, as you realize.
Well, he's a very pretty talented warrior. But other than that, nothing to write home about. James is not a huge fan of him. He's a gambler. Probably why he's a bum right now.
Fascinating. I just start casting blood resonance on the rest of James' blood that I have for demonic subtype, because at the very least we'll be able to find James very quickly.
That's true. So the two of you start heading out.
Yep, there's a 100-foot radar of demon.
Yeah. As you guys kind of start going, are you running, or are you gonna keep a normal pace to not get have people notice?
I'm going to theme it as a workout.
Okay. So a rough jog. Okay. And Bartimaeus, I assume you're gonna try.
Bartimaeus, we have to get your cardio in. Keep up.
I just cast haste and just leisurely stroll.
As he just slinks across the ground like an unsettling oobling.
Yeah, as you pass by the guardsman as you the gate, he kind of smiles as he waves a half-eaten skewer at you lot and goes, "Hi!" As he opens.
What's your name, soldier?
Bjorn.
All right, Bjorn.
They shall call him Bjorn the Unemployed.
What? As you turn and leave, he goes, "Wait, am I? Oh, okay. They wouldn't fire me." He turns back to his skewer and goes,
fired.
I always have jobs for people. It's just
You're going to the
manning
mines.
anywhere important.
I'm important.
You're very fired.
James knows my name as he takes a bite out of the skewer and smiles at itself.
He has no idea how fired he
Bjorn,
is.
you're being moved to stable hand.
All right.
We're relocating you. We feel your work would better,
right.
Elsewhere in the company.
Feel that. As you two kind of find yourself fast jogging as well towards the parade. Surprisingly, you arrive before the front wagon makes it to James. As you kind of push your way through the gathered crowd. Bartimaeus, there's like 300 of these demon subtypes popping off, buddy. I'm gonna be honest.
What the fuck?
This city is infested as you look and see dwarves of like different features. Some wearing minor noble badges, some are just well rep beta power knights.
James brought this up to you. a lot of dwarven nobility has demon blood twined into it.
Well, what he didn't put out at Bartimaeus is a lot of dwarves are inbred. So
That part James will never admit to anybody.
no, so
He never say that.
Yeah, the demon bloodline is
James.
spread. Good.
Were your parents cousins?
Did you Bartimaeus and Roman come up
As
behind
you
you?
crawl up and whisper, you get a no, but technically the clans were related, and then a couple generations.
So yes.
No, not cousins.
Like once removed, or
Like, this is the same thing as asking if Roloman is related to a drow.
oh, we ain't related at all.
Yeah, I
We come from a different
Look.
continent, I think.
I've detected a lot of demon bloodlines here, and I'm beginning to recognize a lot of the same features as I've been looking at.
Oh God.
As Bartimaeus realized, a lot of snow deer dwarves all have the same kind of general, like, look, white hair, really pale skin, kind
Big
of
noses.
colorless eyes, big noses. There's a lot. The eyes all look similar. It's starting to piece together.
Oh,
Yeah, we're all
James.
kind of related to ice demons.
We believe your
And each
father
other,
might be here.
apparently.
What was that, Roloman?
Your father might be here.
All right.
Man, the Habsburgs got nothing on these people. All right.
As I look out over the crowd, do I see the worthless
He looks like a
gambling
homeless
bum
man.
that he is?
Yeah, give me a search check. As finally the first wagon comes up and you see one of the minor nobles under the Venkos branch, an unknown family as they wave, smiling happily. James kind of looks around and kind of does his normal wave as his eyes are kind of searching, not paying attention to the
James,
noble.
How do you want to handle his potential disruption of the
Well, he's
celebration?
either going to try to kill me or he's going to try to ruin it and make it about him. So, 13.
You don't spot him, James.
And I can't spot him from here, so our best bet would be to either protect me and then keep an eye on King Julian.
Julian, yep.
So, there's a chance he might also go after King Julian.
He should have guards, so I believe he'll probably be fine.
He does, and he also has a retinue that I would have had assigned to him at the gate. So,
As the second wagon kind of comes up, and now you see Julian's son, Aulus, kind of as it catches James's attention and Bartimaeus's, as well as Roman's, remembering, you guys sent this kid off. That shouldn't be him. As he kind of,
I didn't know he was. I just know
it's
that Scud
definitely,
did something.
Well, that's true.
It could be,
waved
just
from
like a body
cordially.
double.
Because I don't know any better.
Yeah, James doesn't know any better. James was told to leave the room, and James left the room.
That's true. What was that, Roman? Sorry?
So,
It could just be a body double. Probably pretty standard to, if he's doing a show with his kids, everyone's going to know something is fucking wrong.
That's true. So he kind of waves at you, kind of seeing you, James, and smiles as he locks eyes with Bartimaeus, and the look of horror as he kind of hides back into the wagon, disappearing from the window.
Oh, yeah.
okay,
so
that's
you-
the body double.
It's a body double.
You see as the third
I'm
wagon
glad we
kinda
have the
comes
body double
past.
checker.
And you see as it stops as Julian gets out and smiles to the crowd as he waves to them and they shout his name, and he kind of looks back over at James and goes, "James of the House Ironheart!" As the crowd kind of breaks apart as the retinue kind of steps in between and he walks forward and he goes, "I greet you," as he's like dressed to the nines in furs and cape, or his heavy cape. Even it's 120 percent humidity out. It is hot and sweaty, and you can see he is perspiring. As he walks forward, his cloak kind of pulling on the stone cobbles. As he walks up to the little balcony thing to greet you and shake your hand and smile to the crowd and goes, "I appreciate you welcoming me here today, and I appreciate recognize the great influence House Ironheart has played upon my enthronement, as well as bringing back the country from the brink of corruption and its destruction. let it be known for all who watch today that the House Ironheart is nothing if not a true ally to the House of Venkos. As he smiles and holds his hand out and whispers to you, "All right, shake my hand so that looks good for the people, for the painters."
James is just gonna shake his hand. The merchant smile is there, but the eyes definitely look like they're just cold right now.
Shakes your hand, doesn't even look at you as he waves to the crowd, continuing. It goes, and he kind of looks
Smile
back
and
over.
wave. Smile and wave, boys.
All right.
And King Julian, I do have a gift I'd like to present you here in the public to assist with the new building of the capital and whatnot. As James will turn to the chest and open it, showing the 20,000 ruby volcanoes just sitting there.
Looks at it and smiles as he looks and goes, like takes his hand back and goes. It kind of like leans down, pulls up one of the coins and raises it to the sun and goes, "You know, the House Ironheart is not only forgiving," as he speaks loudly to the crowd again, "not only forgiving and welcoming me into their city, but kind-hearted enough to help me in my enthronement and give a gift on top of that to see to the rebuilding of a new capital city, one that'll be grander and better than my family's old ancient seat of Venkos Hold. One in which I hope that you," as he pats you on the shoulder and loudly proclaims, "will gladly rename to recognize House Ironheart's power and position amongst my many valiant vassals." As he emphasizes the vassals heavily in that.
It'll be renamed as soon as repairs are entirely done and the city is running smoothly as it should.
He nods and goes, "Perfect! With this kind gift, I too wish to give you a grand gift of my own. But it can only be given after dinner and our discussion, as I have heard you have acquired my old butler and the head of staff for the House Venkos, and I am craving my family's old cooking."
Absolutely, let us head to the castle.
He smiles at that as he claps his hands, and two guardsmen kind of walk over to the chest and pick it up and carry it onto the wagon as he kind of follows after you. The crowd kind of cheering as more bread is being thrown
James will
out.
have Bartimaeus and Rollman guarding on the sides on each side, one on each side.
Okay. And then
With
Rollman.
the retinue taking supporting positions.
Okay. And Rollman, give me a spellcraft check.
Okay.
Rollman, yes.
Should Bartimaeus have his cologne peoples?
God, no. No.
Would that be a good thing or a bad thing?
It would make way.
The people will be horrified.
The people would be horrified,
But it
also
would scar
fascinating.
the occasion.
That's true.
Oh my god.
Please do not unless there is an emergency.
Dang.
Okay. Unfortunately, Rollman, you don't sense any magic or notice any spells being cast by Julian when he pats James.
Okay.
Also, James doesn't seem to change at all when he's been touched by the men.
Okay. I'll keep checking for touches.
That's fine. Bartimaeus, do you wish to do anything while you stand bodyguard as the two of them start walking back?
Yeah, we've got to make some theatrics.
Yeah.
Do I? My fucking face is a theatric.
That's true. You don't have to do anything. It's up to you. It's up to you.
Just keep an eye out. Well, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to surmise something. Does Julian actually have the demonic bloodline?
Yes, so do all of his own personal guardmen, as well as all the vanguard that James assigned to this occasion.
While we're walking, you know what? I'm gonna do a funny. I'm going to detect for dwarves.
Good news. They are all dwarves.
All right.
No, I'm not a dwarf.
Well, okay, yes. Bad news. Rollman is not a dwarf.
I'm evil.
I have a separate question. Does it ping himself as a dwarf?
Ooh, good point.
But it doesn't work on himself.
Yeah.
Does it ping?
Yeah, he's the
if
center of the
you're
radar. It's pinging
ogre
off.
or whatever.
No.
Would it ping you?
No. Only if James used
Jangles.
it. If Mr. Jangles used it, then yes, he would be. Then Bartimaeus could be pinged in theory for Mr. Jangles.
No, but is Mr. Jangles a dwarf?
Mr. Jangles isn't attached in this situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. But Bartimaeus, did you wish to do anything?
No, I was double checking in case they were fucking polymorphed.
Okay.
Because
No, that makes sense. As you
Good things to
continue,
check.
Julian kind of makes small talk as you walk through the town, looking at Roland and Bartimaeus, and goes, "So the famous Bedepa Roland himself of Clan Guntas, and Bartimaeus the Corpulent, the savior of orphans. What a unique group of heroes that have come together in my territory."
Yes, and we're hoping to ensure that it becomes safe and secured for my own peace of mind as well.
I mean, I would hope so. You seem to be at least a fan of my enthronement and the ideals of peace that I seek. As he looks at you, James.
Peace is better than war, but war is always coming.
True words were
Winter
not
is
spoken.
coming.
My father is also still out there and could raise banners at any time to retake his throne, and neither of us wish to see that.
My own father seems to have evaded some issues and may be wandering about as well.
Oh, but is that not good? Was he not a kind man who fought against the Venkos corruption?
Kind in the history books, not exactly the personage that he put off at home.
Believe it or not, as he puts his hand on your shoulder and kind of pats your shoulder and goes, "My father with Garum was the same way." Because he kind of gives a silent sigh.
I met him once and he plotted my death. I can believe it.
More touches. Roman does not like the touching.
As I'm going to check to make sure no spells are being cast.
Give me a
and
spell craft.
generally see if he can.
Good for you.
Well, for the crowds that are probably showing off or walking.
That'd be a 17. I forgot the plus 10, but
With 17, yeah, he doesn't seem to be casting. Also, he's not a caster, he's a marshal.
yep. So I don't have to
He's
worry
in
about
charisma.
it. I'm guessing none
He
of
is.
his
I will
gear
say
seems high magic.
he does have
Okay.
a surprisingly charismatic aura around him.
Fear his aura.
Yeah, it's almost like he has a
the-
natural ability, a charisma. But go ahead, James.
James will start breaching the subject of how damaged the city has been from the Storm Giant raids and the war just 3 months earlier.
As
So
you kind of go through the topic as you two kind of walk, or as the four of you walk up the main street. Again, behind you, the wagon slowly kind of following, as well as in between the wagon, what are called food throwers from the Venkos house seem to be chucking out like vegetables that are fresh or fresh bread to the crowds as they cheer the Venkos and Ironheart name. As you kind of walk forward, kind of telling him about this, he seems to listen and actually seems to care. You can give me a sense motive to see if you think he's going to do anything or actually take this information.
Oh, absolutely. It's bullshit. I will also bring up the the problem with the Ella Ugbo cult, as it were.
Oh, that's right. Uthgarm was a commander. Sorry, this guy is a marshal.
25 for my sense motive.
25. As you kind of like, he is genuinely actually taking note and seems to be keeping track of what you're talking about. Like, he actually does seem to care.
At this point, James is planning to be a check and balance because that's all I can do to keep this from going bad. So,
right,
it's good that he cares.
Yeah. What was that, Roman?
Guy actually care about dwarves?
I know, right? As you guys kind of make your way up to the castle gates, the man at the gate kind of smiles and goes, "Oh, he kind of stands up, putting the skewer down, hiding it, and goes, "It is my honor to welcome you all into the castle of the House of Ironheart." As the gate like slowly creaks open, yes, we appreciate your time here, and of course, Lord James, nothing has occurred since you left other than that Roloman and Bartimaeus went to find you, as you can clearly see. As he gives a final check and then gives a deep bow.
Thank you, Bjorn.
He
God,
smiles.
you knew his name.
You see,
Hey, the commoners have to love that because that means I care about the people that work for me.
Julian kind of leans over to you, James, and goes, "You actually keep track of your guards' names? I could never. There's just too many."
I give him a kind smile, the kind knowing smile that I know his name, but not for the good reason.
It's like, you're getting fired.
We didn't tell him about that yet, but I'll just lean over to James, like, "Oh, we have to fire him or remove him because he kind of Suck.
He's very bad at his job. It is
Because
impressive.
let's go over everything bad that's happened. Because Bjorn's been the guard the entire time.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
My God.
I just kind of walk up to
You
the
are
doors.
extremely fired.
The guy in the background, the guardsman, the gatekeeper, is smiling as he thinks to himself, "Best day ever." As the doors open,
Tomorrow's
though,
gonna be hell for him.
and you hear as one of the storm mutants stands proudly off to the side and shouts of the introductions of Julian, then James, then Rollman, and finally Bartimaeus. As they enter in, Julian smiles as he sees Soot and fully breaks character as he takes off his cloak and it seems to fall to the ground, and he runs over to Soot while Soot's cooking and grabs him and hugs him from behind.
Kind of, I look over and see who it is. I'm like, it's good to see you again, my boy.
Yes!
James
As he
is walking
smiles.
up, palm now. The merchant smile gone, just replaced with a neutral look at this point. Exhausting as always.
Julian nods at that and goes, "Now where's the ale?"
Yes. Over here.
Grabs
As James gets out his cup of water.
I'm gonna sit down and kind of at the table as he smiles at James and goes, "Oh God, I'm happy you're not like the stuffy merchants that make me constantly do all the fancy dinners with 20 kids and all their family. If I have to sit for an hour while your family gets introduced, I'm not truly the king. I swear."
Hand of the
Well,
skewer.
one, most of my family is now dead.
He chomps down on it and smiles and goes, as he bites through the meat, and goes, looks at you and goes, "Yeah, but your father was in town, you said. Alex is grand."
I got a mild report about that, and I have no idea how he survived. He was supposedly executed by yours. And
Lord
Stone.
Briggs' father should be in 3 different places at once right now. That's the problem.
Julian
There's
nods
one
at
that's
that.
dead, there's one that's now in town, and there's one that's supposedly on an expedition in the Underdark.
He nods at that and kind of looks at the second skewer and then shakes his head as he realizing the proper dinner that people are going to be at is going to be only a few hours. As he shakes and looks back at James, he goes,
Somehow, James's family is the most mysterious people I've ever met.
Julian kind of nods at that and goes, "Well, could be like that Mithra situation. Is he involved in any wicked churches?"
Not particularly that I know of. I broke up a few cults to my cousin Eiter, but
His family fought on the out of character. His family fought on the side of Sarazeki, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Could be Zarazeki
Well,
part of it.
father was a stout believer of Sirazeki as well, which don't get me started on that. That church is going to be a headache to shift out of those beliefs.
Julian shrugs as
But
he
we
takes a
have bigger
sip.
fish to fry, Julian. As James will pull out the paperwork listing the problems, and slide first over the Ella Ugbo situation.
Looks it up and down. And what does the document say that you show him?
It would bring up the fact that Ella Ugbo churches were churches, marking them more as cults, were sacrificing people or have been causing problems, and recently, due to a large blood magic circle, exploded in the city, getting rid of them. But they were doing some other problems along with, and that Domnander, the wanted criminal by Utham, is supposedly a high-ranking follower, along with the rest of these unfortunate sons.
Nods at that and looks through the document.
We may want to check under cities and in sewer systems for more of those similar blood circles.
You see Julian just kind of eyes Bartimaeus with a raised eyebrow, looking at the giant blood magic
wasn't in
rock
town long
behind
enough.
James's chair.
Oh shit, you guys didn't move that out of the fucking room?
No, it's still sitting there.
Can't pick it up. What do
No
you
one
want me to
can.
do?
No, literally no one in this party can.
God dang it.
I can,
It
but I
wasn't
wasn't.
Bartimaeus. He
Very
wasn't
soon.
in town long enough to set it up. He actually he informed me of it, and we tried to disable it before it went off. but the effect was only seeming to teleport storm giants into the underground and annihilating. And there was another spell under that was layered with it that annihilated the El Ugbo worshippers in the city. Am I getting that correct? As I looked at the two that were down there, which was Soot and Bartimaeus.
Like, raise an eyebrow at you and say,
For the most part.
it's like, I guess I'm just gonna give James a sense motive because I don't know if he just does not remember, or if he's trying to like lie.
I'm trying to
Julian.
put together the best that he can right now.
No, go ahead. Give me a sense motive. And
16.
okay. And James, is this just the information you remember at the moment, or what's?
Yeah, this is just what I remember at the moment. So
yeah.
if there's stuff James is missing, he's trying to make sure he gives a
Bartimaeus?
full report to this new king.
He looks honestly complacent, like an innocent puppy that fully feels like he's missing something.
like kind of like nod to myself, like,
Unfortunately, you're missing the most important part. The bit that's layered underneath is the far more concerning thing. So it's a grand spell circle designed to ensorcel, capture, and enslave a god.
Julian kind of perks
I
up
thought
at
I was
that.
forgetting something.
Look,
Thank you. And wasn't it also set to automatically reset itself?
I just kind of like shrug. It's just like,
Things like that typically have the power to. It all depends. It's quite large, so in theory it could reset itself. We haven't gotten down there to confirm any more of the details, ultimately.
see,
Thank you for the recollection, Bartimaeus.
Julian kind of listens intently for a moment, and kind of as he watches or looks at you both. As you finish speaking, Bartimaeus, he kind of eyes back at Soot, who's I assume still cooking, and kind of looks at him and speaks up, kind of ignoring James, and goes, "What do you make of this, Soot?"
The whole situation as a whole? Well, demons really don't is my takeaway from all of this. Because
Yes.
I believe, Lord James, it is prudent to bring up our other guest who supposedly left the territory.
Ah, the lion.
Yes.
He raises an eyebrow and looks back at you, James.
A code name of sorts to avoid him showing up should his name, title, or something else mentioned about him be brought up.
I'm not good at 20 questions, and I wasn't hired from my ability to read people. You'll have to spit it out, I'm afraid.
One of the spiders.
Spiders? As he looks at you with a raised eyebrow.
Zonde.
Zonde.
Wrong group.
Sorry,
Yeah.
one of the Zonde.
He
Sorry.
nods at that and goes, Zonde. Interesting. I've heard those names from my father's meetings, but I was never allowed to, in those meetings, to speak with the individuals.
Better you don't, I believe.
If you remember the scare of different nobles recently having demons advise them without anyone realizing and controlling households,
Yes, my father was under the influence of one.
them.
He nods at that. He goes, I ordered a witch hunt for them. I sent hunters after them, but they seem to have vanished on our end. Is there something more that I should know?
I don't know. I'll look to make sure that it's safe to tell as the player checks notes to remember.
The king seems to be trying to help you to his best, Lord James. It's best to be honest.
Yes, it gives you no help.
He was-
Good.
Such as the city that got destroyed.
So raises an eyebrow saying that.
Okay, so referring to James's homeland in that case. Well, or am I getting that one wrong?
No, you're right. He used a giant wolf to
This is just
yeah,
the Dragon Ball Z abridged episode. Just like the north, south.
I apologize, Lord James. You didn't get that right up. Would you like me to give him the high and low of it?
Please do. It's been a rough day, as James still looks a little green around the gills from having
Still
to
Oh god.
chug
At that
blood.
mention, Julian kind of looks at you and goes, "By the way, I was meaning to ask before you give the report. Do you smell fish?"
At that, James looks like he's gonna puke a little bit.
Sighs.
I just like check my breath. I was like, no, I ate that a little while ago.
The guy, Julian nods and goes, "Ah, my apologies. I just the smell is rather pungent. And I didn't see it in the food that's being made. Anyways,
I can
please
imagine.
continue."
Well, go ahead, Soot, as I think I need to. As James starts sipping his water, trying to get himself feeling normal.
I did set out white wine. If you want water, I guess.
Let's see.
Oh, James will drink the white wine. Yeah, great.
James
Slowly
historically
sipping
doesn't
it.
drink alcohol.
It's true.
From what I was informed of, although I was not there, very few that survived were, Lord James Drake's homeland was all but deleted in a ritual by one of these creatures to empower itself. As far as I know, outside of anyone that ran before the ritual started, there were no survivors.
He looks up at
So
you.
if they're willing to do something like that in the public,
He nods at the indication and goes, "The last spire was a unfortunate loss, but one that we've started looking into, and the individual behind it has had a bounty posted upon them by the Royal Crown and at the request of others. We also believe he was behind the demonic attack on the capital, or on Stronghelm, during the King's Moot."
I can believe that.
As he looks
Is it-
between you, look good.
Who's the bounty on?
He looks up and goes, "He's a red dwarf. We believe he's of the Moor's bloodlines. Skin's red, beard red, hair red, red eyes. Seems to be an immensely powerful sorcerer of some sort. We believe he's one of the results of the dragon pits that that Movasi has been experimenting on."
I see.
That does bring me to another unfun topic. Your father's and Ogre Stronghelm Sr.'s penchant for enslaving some lesser clans and the average citizens.
Julian nods at that and goes, "I am aware of the misgivings of my father and the situation, and we are working to remedy that. I've contacted a group called, what was it? Law and something?" He kind of like looks up to the sky.
Narnlaw?
That's it. They were
Yes,
at the
and the
capital,
subsidiary.
or they were at Stronghelm when I was there, and I been to meet one of their members. A chatty dwarf fellow, very well versed in legal discussions. Yes, that was his name. Who insisted on us helping us track them down. They've been assigned to it, been doing a grand job from what I've seen.
I also sent one of my own to one of the nations that they were sold into to do some digging.
He nods.
If I find information, I will happily pass it along to you, as I believe a nation is better to handle the retrieval of citizenry than a lone merchant company.
Kind of nods at that and goes, "I don't disagree. I think that as far as it goes, we can work on a plan together and see what resolutions can come of it."
And for the more annoying work, you saw the state of the city. What do you think so far?
It's better than Stronghelm.
Oh,
I
it's not that
didn't.
bad.
I don't know what damage has been
He
done.
looks
to that
over at
so far.
Rollman and gives a grim nod.
Oh dear. How's fucking
The
Michael?
Lord of House Stronghelm?
Yeah.
He is no longer with us, sadly. He is retired to a beach on the Andrafica, last I'd heard.
You made it sound like he died.
Fucking
He
ran.
did. He died to us at court when he announced that he would no longer assist us in the council of rebuilding everything.
Metaphorically died.
He made it.
No, we tried to stab him as well, but he ran really
Oh.
fast.
Oh,
That's
okay.
dork.
He was very good at getting away from problems.
Right. Before I forget, this one was a warning I was given by Sir Stone. Weeks prior.
Yes. The man who was supposed to be brought up to a higher rank in his house was brought up, but he refused and left. Yes. What of it?
He's dealing with one of the bad threats, but that's not important. I can explain that to you later if you wish.
Please, over
he gave
dinner.
he gave a final warning of what would be our next big tribulation, in a sense. He was certain it'd be the El Ugbo worshippers on a warpath.
He looks back at James and goes, I must admit, I'm not the religious sort. Do you think that this has any warrant to be a worry?
I would be concerned about it given what we've seen of their movements at current.
Supposedly there's some sort of new priest or something.
Apparently some kind of meeting was happening, but if they're going from background work to a proper war front, I believe it's at least something to look at. And I wouldn't want a more aggressive cult moving into the country.
Which means tightening borders for now. We'd have to work on policy to clear out any misgivings as well.
In good news, Sir Stone claimed that his people have killed almost all, if not all, of the current El Ugbo cultists in the country. This was weeks ago.
He nods at that. Kind of smiles and looks at James and goes, so, if you think we should look into this and see about maybe putting up preventive measures and ensuring the accuracy of the Bedapos stones? As he kind of looks at over at Soot for a second at that name, kind of there's something clicking in Julian's head, and kind of looks back at James. He does that and goes, "Yes."
I would trust in Stone to want what's best for what he's trying to protect.
He nods.
There's also the issue of we may not be able to trust all of the clans that are currently standing, and we can't afford to let them fall.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
I'm not good at political maneuvering.
Kind of looks at you and smiles and goes, I've decided something. As he looks over at Soot and then gives a smile back at you, James, as he does, and goes, tonight's dinner I'm going to announce you as the National Inquisition, if you will. You will be stated into the position of the head of our church and at the head of religious affairs for my kingdom, standing by my side, and being the coin influence, I feel it'll give you a better position to understand things. As he looks at you and goes, I want you to seek out the El Ugbo followers and anyone else who would look to unseat our power.
Well, I am
No.
by
As he
this
puts
offer.
his finger up to your mouth,
God.
and like the steak or meat just kind of still running down it as he does this, and he goes, "Think on it till dinner and make your decision then. I will announce it then in front of all of the nobles I have brought with us."
There's a mild issue with that.
No. As he looks at you, he goes, "I told you, think on it." And he looks back at Soot, and with that, as he stands up, as is tradition for all every Snowbeard ruler, I'm going to leave with things not completely discussed, so we will have more to talk about over dinner. Where's my room?
That is the most annoying tradition that we have as nobility. Please sit the fuck back down.
Soot, guide me. What was that? Soot, go ahead.
Do you have a preference for dinner?
No, cook as you wish. I trust your choices. And just note that I have brought almost everyone except for the Stronghelms. With my courier group, we have representatives of either every clan or house coming, or their leaders.
Hey Cameron, you know how you thought you avoided the clan meeting? Nah, motherfucker.
Clan meeting part 2.
I need a medic bag.
As Jillian kind of stands up, he walks over to Rollman, kind of shakes his hand, smiles, and goes, I have an award for you as well to recognize you as an official Bedapa of the country, just so that way you get the payment and everything you deserve. And
I appreciate that.
He smiles and goes, and think about it, my house would love a new Bedapa if you're looking for a new master
Stop
to
trying
serve.
to poach my friend.
James goes, think about it. He kind of like walks
I'll think about
over
it.
to Bartimaeus and goes,
I love political poaching.
kind of smiles at
How many
Bartimaeus.
non-dwarven pedophiles are there?
Not many.
Not
For
many.
your
You
own
are a
for your own
rarity, my
knowledge. And if you want to roll a knowledge history in the background or an intelligence check
Sure.
for that, feel free. As he walks over though to Bartimaeus' hand and kind of walks over to Bartimaeus and holds out his hand to shake Bartimaeus's and smiles up at him. He goes, "And to you, I've always been wanting to meet a blood magus. I hope we can discuss some of the potential options of opening an organization of you or a group somewhere in the nation for future members."
I must admit the potential is limitless. I must warn you, however, we are not the kind to get politically involved. But that cuts both ways. We shan't interfere on your rival's behalf either.
Well, would you defend the nation's borders if an unjust war was stricken upon us?
I just like give like a half shrug. It's just like,
It entirely depends. Needless to say, it's above my pay grade.
We'll speak about it at dinner. More, and we'll discuss the idea, the logistics behind it. I'm always looking to expand our magical influence in the nation and grow some potential new defensive mechanisms to keep the dragons from thinking we're traits.
I kind of nod and like just tap my chin and say,
We're always on the lookout for more members. We have strict sort of criterion, you must understand.
He nods at that and goes, "Yes, you should. I'll have to have you meet my head mage. He would love to get to know you, and if you're ever looking for work, we pay quite well for our mages. But again, we'll discuss at dinner." As he smiles and gives you takes your hand, shakes it, and gives a bow.
I can't kill the king. I can't kill the king right now.
He
We
turns
just
back
have peace.
and starts kind of like looking at Soot and goes, "Are you taking me to my room, or is one of the servants in the castle going to guide me?"
I can guide you.
I will. Oh, okay. I
And James goes to
maids that I
speak.
set up for him.
You see,
Dude, this is the king,
Soot kind
bro.
of speaks up, and Julian kind of smiles at that and goes, "Perfect, I can catch up with you and tell you about Alice's terrible experiences at his boarding school, and I need some parenting advice, I tell you." As he starts walking off with Soot.
All right, I now get to have fun dealing with the lazy. Well, no, the lazy worm's dead.
As the night, or as Soot and King Julian disappear around the corner, and the three of you are left there for a moment. That is where we're going to end the session for here. As we come back next time for the dinner, and then hopefully the following morning with them heading out for a fight. We thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed. And assuming
I'm so
James
tempted
doesn't
to
die
invite the
next
royalty
time,
with us.
we should be. Don't you ever interrupt my exit again. I swear to God, I will throw an assassin at you that'll make a goddamn Soot look like a pansy.
You keep throwing assassins at us.
I know this one's gonna be for real though. It'll be floor snop level. Alright. But yes, we hope you enjoyed. We hope to see you next time. And as always, James does not mean to be terrible at the game. He just likes to piss off the DM. We'll see you next time. Catch you then.